All right, here we go. Today we have a man that needs no introduction. LaVar Ball, welcome to VladTV.
Vlad, what's good, man? Happy to be here, my man.
Thank you. We're in Ball Estates right now.
Yes.
And after this, we're actually going to take a tour of your massive house.
Most definitely.
But this is our first time sitting down, so I want to get into your whole story. I want to start in the very, very beginning. No. So you grew up in South Central.
Yes.
Okay. So what was South Central like in the 70s and 80s?
Well, like I said, I'm big with family. Everybody knows in South Central was a lot of gangs out there, the Crips and the Bloods, and so it's pretty rough out there. But it wasn't really rough for me on the fact that I had 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and my mom and dad was in the house, so we good. We had our own dang gang, enough for us for that. So I never went to a side where I was like, oh, I got to be in this gang to be either validated or just to have family. I already got my family. And, my mom and dad instilled great things in us, so we good to go.
But being in that environment, though.
Yes.
You talked about this. You had friends who died or went to prison and so forth.
Yes.
But what do you think was the most traumatic thing that you experienced during that time?
Really, nothing traumatic. I got too many brothers and sisters to really worry about that. That was my friends and stuff, and stuff happens, and I get it. It's part of life. Yeah. But I never was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. No, I wouldn't like that.
You were shielded from all that.
It was not even really shielded. It's just, I think my mindset was a little different. It's like, I'm not gonna cry over, cousins, brothers, or whatever. My family is my immediate family, which is my 4 brothers, my mom and dad, and my 2 sisters. That was my main concern. No, nothing don't happen to them. I'm cool, but I understand that outside things happen.
Right. And you came up in a 2-family home. Parents stayed married the whole time.
Yes.
Not something you always see these days,
regardless
of the type of family.
Yeah, most definitely. So I consider that a blessing. Both my mom and dad worked, and I see what they did. And people always ask me, they say, well, were you influenced by your mom and dad to have your own brand and stuff like that? Not really. It's like this. I see what my mom and dad did, working hard all their life. That's not how I want to do it like that. Yeah. I want to have ownership in something. And I see how, the little sound kept them doing what they do. What I mean by the sound is the alarm clock. Bing, mean get up. Bing, go to work. You hear a buzz or something at the job, say go to lunch. I don't want to be on that sound thing. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna be this big baller. I'm gonna do my own thing. So, but in order for me to do my own thing, I have to set it up the right way. I just can't be like, well, I don't want to work for nobody and don't have a job. Right. So there's a difference. So don't try to be tough and be like, I'm not going to conform to what everybody else is doing and don't have another plan to do something else. So that's why I said having the triple Bs, I always tell people, they be like, whether the brand is good or bad, I still have a brand. Whether I'm first in the race or last, at least I'm in the race. A lot of people ain't even in the race.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So at one point, you go to Canoga Park High School.
Yes.
What made you move from South Central to Canoga Park? That's the Valley.
Yes, I went to the Valley. I started going out to the Valley when I was in like the 3rd grade. My mom and dad shipped me out there to we got bused out there from the hood all the way to the Valley. When I was younger, 3rd and 4th grade, man, I wouldn't, the homework and stuff was easy. So I wouldn't even go to school all the time. So, when they shipped me out there, wasn't no places to hang out or nothing like that. I'm just out in the middle of nowhere in the Valley. And from the 4th grade all the way through high school and stuff, we just stayed out there. And the curricular was a little harder out there. In the hood, it was, I didn't have to study for that stuff. It was just easy. So instead of me just hanging out at liquor stores and not going to school back and forth, because they'd try to call my mom and dad and say, LaVar's not in school, but I just unplugged the phone. You ain't gonna never catch me because it's 7 kids in the house. Okay. So how the heck, by the time you call, too late. So by that time, you know what, real smart. I'm glad, my mom and dad was like, okay, you need to learn more. We're gonna ship you out here. It's good.
Okay, so in high school, you played both basketball and football.
Basketball, football, track. I did whatever sport, whatever season it was. I was just an athlete.
Okay. What was your first love? What sport?
I didn't have a first love for a sport.
Everything.
I just played anything from baseball to football to track to diving, whatever. That's why I tell folks I was a big baller, was a hell of an athlete. I do it all.
Okay. You were actually the quarterback on your football team.
Yes.
Okay. But later on, you switched from that position. Why not stay with the quarterback?
Well, here's the thing, man. My coach, he took me from the quarterback spot and said, this is what he told me. You throw too hard.
You throw too hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Receivers can't catch it. So then he made another little white kid a quarterback. He only could throw 10 yards. But he throw 10 yards, then me and the other running backs and me, we run another 30, 40 yards. So at the end of the day, he get 200 yards passing. But I'm out there, so now I understand the political part of the game.
Meaning what?
Meaning what? If you're out here and predominantly white, that's how they want it to go.
So they didn't want a black quarterback.
They didn't really want a black quarterback.
And this was before
I saw that we had a you know how you practice and you do the other team's plays. So we did the other team's plays one time, and I was at quarterback, and then another of my friends was big and he was black. He played running back, and the other one played fullback. So you got this big, all black backfield, and we was just running over everybody. They broke that up real quick.
They didn't want this. They didn't want to win.
They didn't want to win.
They want to win under their terms.
Exactly.
Okay. That's
exactly. And I think even in high school, I think they kind of took offense to me because I was doing what my dad taught me how to do as far as lifting weights. And I was the strongest. I was benching like 400 pounds in high school.
Okay, because you were 6'4", 250?
Yeah. So I'm doing this 220, but the kids start resenting the coaches saying, man, we want to do what LaVar doing because this Pops is big, he big, y'all not training us right. So it's kind of contradicting. And I can see how they was like, man, this guy thinking he the biggest, baddest thing. And I would have letters from USC, Notre Dame, wherever, #1 schools. I was averaging 48 yards on a punt. And this was more than what I can punt, kick, throw. And they never gave me my letters and stuff. So it looked like I wasn't, trying to get with these schools because it looked like I was just like, whatever.
Well, right, because you graduated in 86.
Yeah, I got 85.
85, sorry.
Yes.
You graduated in 85, then you went to West Los Angeles College?
I went to West LA. On the reason I went to West LA, I had to get my grades back right.
Oh, because your grades were low.
My grades was low. I took all this crazy stuff. I took Spanish 3, Chemistry 3, Calculus to seem like I'm taking all these bright courses. Nah, that wasn't the thing to do. I said, but nobody helping me with that thing. So then I said, I got to go to junior college to get my grades right. And what happened is I went to junior college and I was playing, lunchtime, I just went and shoot some hoop. And I'm killing everybody. Just playing, because everybody in West LA was like, oh, we getting LaVar Ball. He going to play football for us. Man, we good. But I went in there and beat everybody up in basketball. That's when the basketball coach was like, man, can you play for us?
Huh.
And I was like, I said, man, in basketball, I can't be guarded. The guys that's fast enough to guard me, they're not strong enough. And the guys that's strong enough to guard me too slow. So you can't guard me. And that's when I averaged like 23 points and 13 rebounds and ended up going to Washington State.
Right, which is a Division I school.
Division I school in Pullman.
Right, exactly. Yes. And you were starting forward.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're playing basketball.
Yes.
For Washington State.
Yes.
But you're not really scoring that many points.
Hey, here's the thing. Before I got over there, we averaging 90-something points. We averaging 90-something points at West LA. Okay. And when I got recruited over there, man, I saw the most beautiful thing when I'm coming over there in the summer. I see all these girls tanning on the bleachers out there. I said, wow, this got to be my spot. So I'm looking at this thing, man. Then after, the coach is telling me we concentrate on offense, we going to score. And then Calvin Sampson was a very young coach at the time. So as soon as I get over there, he starts stressing just defense, and we scoring 40 points a game. So I get the ball on the wing, go to the hole, dunk, or do whatever. He said, no, LaVar, we don't want that. We want the ball to be passed around 8 to 10 times. So I'm pretty defiant. Now, everybody's talking that BS, talking about LaVar only averaged 2.2 rebounds, only played 2 minminutes. And that was the worst season they ever had in their life because he's going to show me that, I'm not going to play you, regardless if you're scoring or not, because this is run our way. And that's when, the coach, Dennis Erickson, asked me to play football, and I was going to go play football. But the reason I didn't play no football, because I told Dennis Erickson, when I was out there catching the ball at tight end, every time it came to blocking, I went out and said, sub, put that big fella up in there, let him block. I don't do no blocking. And I told Erickson, I need that ball out of 4 downs. I need it once every 4 downs. If you can't do that, I'm out. But I left, and that's when I went to Cal State LA.
Exactly. So you transferred after one season.
After one season.
So you're just jumping to a different school every year,
yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. I went to West LA, then Washington State, then do what I want. I go to Cal State LA and play basketball.
That's a Division II school.
Yes.
Okay. So, and actually your brothers were playing there as well, right?
Yes, they followed me. I'm telling the coach said, man, can I get any more of y'all? Yes, get my little brothers.
Okay. Okay. So you're playing basketball in Cal State, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay, but then at one point you moved to football.
What happened was I was playing in the Summer Pro League for basketball up in Loyola. And then the coaches was going to work out somebody, some New York Jets actually was going to work somebody out, but they had to come through the gym because I guess the gates was locked. And as the New York Jets folks came through the gym, you got some tall people you see, some short people, and then I was the one with the jersey on that was too tight. But swole. Then they said, this dude can move. He said, man, you want to play some football? I thought there was some coaches for basketball to go overseas because I could have went overseas and played basketball and made some money.
Okay.
But they was like, man, we can give you this right here, and you come to try out with us. I said, I ain't got no kids, just fly me down there. And then when they took me out there, like I said, I did the bench press 500 pounds out there.
You bench pressed 500 pounds by this point?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
I did, what made them really go crazy is, I guess I never did the test that they do for the NFL, which is 225, how many times you can do it. But I did the 225 to warm up. I stood up and did 20 behind the neck like this with the 225. And they was like, no, you were supposed to bench that.
So you took 225, which is two
plates on each side.
2 plates on each side.
Yeah.
So you picked that up over your head.
Over my head. I can go like this and start doing back arms with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, I was doing 225, and I thought I was impressive. Like,
I told food I was the strongest
standing
man
up with
on
it,
2
though.
feet, man. I'm telling you.
Damn. Okay.
And then I used to curl 300 pounds, but I rock like this. And folks was like, you rocking your back. I said, see if you can do it a straight back with 300 pounds. I can rock all day, but I ain't never had no back problems.
That's crazy.
So the stuff that I was doing, like folks were like, man, I can't believe this. And I still was weighing like 270. And I ran a 4.6 consistently.
Okay, so you're fast
So
too.
here's the thing, fast can catch. Pete Carroll was there for a minute, but he was more of a college coach than a pro coach. They was kind of running over him, and I could see that. But then after they got rid of him, they brought in Rich Kotite. And Rich Kotite had drafted the guy from Penn State was named Kyle Brady. But I'll run circles in him. But the political thing is, if you draft a dude that high, you can't let him sit down because everybody gonna lose their job if I end up being better than this guy. So I never was like dialed in on like a sport of having a passion to play basketball or football. I just play anything just to be super talented. But I use that as just to get a jump on life. Because most people play for a house note and a car note. Knock those out the way, you're good. So that's why I went to Big Ballers Training and moved out here to Chino Hills. You can't open up your own training in the hood. They're not gonna pay for it. But out here, middle class, they have money, so now I can open up my business in Big Ballers Training.
Okay, I want to get to that part. I'm just doing a chronological.
Yeah. I get to talking. You know me, Vlad. When I get to moving and grooving like this, man, it's crazy.
You start jumping around.
Yes.
Well, because I just wanted to say, at Cal State LA, that's when you met your future wife.
Yes, that's where I met Tina. Yeah.
Okay. How tall is Tina?
Tina's 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
As a female.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you targeted her.
I told her when I first seen her, man, when I transferred, she was coming down the hallway. I was walking up the hallway, and I didn't even tell her my name or nothing like that. I said, hey, I don't know what me and you gonna do, but we gonna do something together.
Right.
And kept on moving.
Just walked away.
So walked away.
Dropped the mic.
I dropped that in you. But see, you got to think in your head as you're a woman. You're like, it's either he's very confident or he's cocky, but I don't care if you think good or bad about me. You still thinking about me in your head.
Now, I mean, we're talking about a different time. We're talking about the late 80s.
No, this is the 90s now.
Early 90s.
No,
I'm talking
first
about
in the 90s.
when you met your wife. It was early 90s.
Yes.
Black-white couples were not as accepted back then.
Well, no, they were.
They were.
Yeah,
Early 90s.
It was cool with it. When I went to, when I graduated from high school, in the 85. So the 80s, it was kind of like, okay.
It was a little,
it was getting out there where it was kind of, it was
by the
okay.
90s, yeah.
By the 90s, it was something okay, you know.
No, that's true. I mean,
and especially if you're in LA. If you're in LA, it was
right.
different.
Because my first girlfriend who was black and Japanese, right around 92, 93.
Yeah,
but we were in
right.
Berkeley, so I figured it was, it wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
Exactly.
But in the 80s, it was kind of a big deal.
But if you go to certain areas, like
if you go down south,
it's different. Yeah. But in LA and stuff like that, that was normal.
Okay.
Because if you got black kids being bussed out to white schools, come on now.
Right.
At some point, it's gonna be like, man, when they first started that busing thing, you got to admit this is what's gonna happen.
Okay, so you signed with the New York Jets.
Yes.
As a defensive end.
Yes, that's what Pete Carroll had me as a defensive end and a tight end, so I was doing both of them.
Okay, but you didn't actually get to play in a game. Okay, because then you got sent to London.
I got sent to London for the World League.
Right. How's that?
So that was cool. Like I said, I'm just an athlete. So long as I'm playing football and you paying me, I don't care. I'm just using this money to get a jump on life.
Okay, because then you came back and
because my tight end coach had got released from the Jets, and he went to the Carolina Panthers.
Exactly.
And that was their expansion year.
Aha. So you were on the practice squad.
Yes.
For the Panthers.
Yes.
But once again, you got injured, right?
I didn't get injured. They just didn't renew my contract. That's what folks are trying to say. I got injured and stopped playing. But by the time I did, the New York Jets had paid me, the practice squad, all the money I already made, I saved it where I can buy a house in Chino Hills. So I don't need y'all no more. So I didn't pursue like, oh man, let me try to get on another team. I don't need to. I'm good.
You're good.
So now I open my own business, which is Big Ballers Training.
In Chino Hills.
In Chino Hills.
Okay. And was your wife involved in it also?
No, she was a school teacher.
Aha. Okay. I didn't know that.
She's a school teacher. So now here's the thing. When you have two incomes better than one. Now mine fluctuated. I can make $5,000, $10,000 in a month, depending on what month it is. Hers is a steady income.
Yeah. Sounds like my family.
So we good together.
Yeah. My wife, my mom had the stable government job.
Yeah.
My dad had his own business, but once again, it would go up and down.
You'd be like, man, don't think you're gonna make 10 grand every month.
Exactly.
But in the summer, New Year's, everybody want New Year's resolution. Summertime, everybody want to get hot. You might not be as high as in November and December on the fact that everybody vacationing now. Mm-hmm. December's pretty good too on the fact that if you have, let's say a little voucher where you say, yo, get you 10 sessions, $4,000 instead of $2,500. Now people as a gift, Christmas gift, go work out with this guy. So that's how we did that. So, but you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna make 10 grand every month. It's just certain months where you can go up and down, but you have to balance your money out so you don't get stressed out. Mm-hmm. So that's how we did that thing. But when I finished playing football, I said I have to do something that doesn't feel like work. I know training. I can train dogs, frogs, people, pigeons. It don't matter. I can train anything, but I'm good at that, and I know it like the back of my hand.
Okay, and then you guys started having kids,
right?
Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo.
Yes.
How far apart? Was it like 1 year apart each kid?
Well, see, having Tina, which was a Caucasian woman, you can't pop them out like that. So I try to have Lonzo and Jello in the same year. Missed it by a few weeks.
Just kept her pregnant.
And then after 2 times being pregnant, the third one, she said, I got to take a little break. So that's when we had that little year break in there, and then we had Melo. But I told her, I said, I'm an alpha dog in my family, so if you want some girls, you can forget that. I'm going to have all boys. My dad had 10 brothers and 2 sisters. So I'm telling my wife the same thing. Man, we'll have 10, 15 boys before you have a girl. But here's a funny thing I always thought of, which is crazy, man. People who can afford the kids can't have too many. And the ones who can't afford them can have them like they nothing.
Yeah.
With no problems.
Yeah.
Think about that. I'm like,
Facts.
man.
Yeah.
No problems.
Mm-hmm.
But Tina, the most, she only got a sister. The family ain't too big. Sister here, brothers here, but my family's is big. But if I could, I would have had 5 of them. But she had like 3 or 4 miscarriages before she even had Lonzo. So no, it ain't about that. I'm just saying, I understand that I can't have a lot, but I at least gonna give you 3. I don't care how we get it. I need 1 down the middle and 1 on each side.
Okay. And when the youngest, LaMelo, reached 4 years old, that's when you started training them.
I've been training them boys since they've been 2 years old.
Okay, so even before that.
Before that.
Okay.
All my boys are potty trained before 10 months.
Okay.
You talking about some training, talking about some athletic training, but I gave them the ghetto Olympics. What I mean by that, in the living room, I didn't have no couches and stuff. I had a table. Let them jump off the table and see if they can land on that mat without falling down.
Okay.
Catch some passes. Like I tell them, I make them jump off the stairs, and you jump off the first stair onto the mat. Jump off the second stair and keep going up, high as you can, and jump. And land
So
on
they
your
would hurt
feet.
themselves along the way?
Man,
but
you can't hurt yourself. We got padded mats down there, but everything was competition.
Okay.
I have them hanging on a pull-up bar, see who can drop first.
Ooh.
So they was very, very competitive at an early age.
And did you choose basketball because you could have them play basketball earlier? Because with football, you have to wait a little bit longer, right?
Well, no, it's not even waiting. It's like I had them playing football, baseball. They're so good at basketball.
Mm.
Now, basketball is a game of length. I'm long and Tina long. So guess what? When they was playing flag football, I was just calling plays from the side. They got audibilized and was killing people. They was playing guys that were 10, 11 years old, and they was only 6 and 7. But they can catch, and they can throw, and they're very smart. So I give them 3 plays, and they audibilized. They thought we was cheating in the little flag football league. But in basketball, you could be 6 or 7 years old playing against guys that's 13, 14. If you know how to shoot and your mind is good, smart. I had my boys playing at such a fast pace when they was young. When Lonzo was 3rd grade, Jello 2nd, and Melo was kindergarten, we was beating up on 7th and 8th graders because we was playing so fast and shooting threes and pressing the whole time. So my boys never got tired. I got tapes of that thing where they was just murdering everybody, and they always played up so high. And a guy of mine, one of my friends, allowed my boys to play. All I had to do is sign a waiver to say if they get hurt or whatever, because nobody would let them play, especially in Chino Hills. They would not let them play so high up. They was like, they might get hurt, this and that. So I had to go to Ontario and Laverne to play against some ghetto kids and some little ghetto leagues, but it was tough. Because my thing has always been this, which people don't understand. They say, my kid is the best 4th grader in the world. I'll be like, so? I'd rather have my boys be in the 4th grade and play against the worst 9th graders or the worst 10th graders, because they're all going to be faster and stronger than my boys. So now you got to be smart, and your skill level got to be high to defeat them.
Were the kids always tall? Like as kids?
As kids,
or did the growth spurts kind of come later?
No. They was tall for their age.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, for their age. But if you put them with other 6 and 7 year olds, they're head above them.
Yeah.
But they were always the smallest on the court. Because when you 6 and 7 playing against somebody who's a 12 and 13 and 14,
the smallest ones, yeah.
You very small. Melo always been the smallest. Melo didn't get to look up to nobody till he was like in 11th grade. He always looked at people's stomach because he was that small. He was 11 years old playing in 17U.
Wow.
AAU.
Okay.
Hey, the platinum division, the highest one. Melo was probably the worst. He was the scariest player to play against, on the fact that, let me tell you this, Lonzo was running my teams as a 13-year-old, as a 14-year-old. He running. 14, Jello 13, Melo 11. And we playing in the highest 17U bracket, which all the college coaches is there. And you got 5 people on the floor. Somebody got to guard Melo. If you have you 6'5", and Melo bust your ass for 20-something points, the guy trying to give you a scholarship be like, you can't even guard an 11-year-old. Somebody got to guard Melo. It's just like being a boxer and somebody come off the street.
Yeah.
They got a chance to knock you out. But if you don't give them that chance, you're good. But if they come off the street and just knock you out and have nothing to lose, they knock you out, they winning. So what I'm saying with Melo, somebody had to pick him, and it goes, and he leaks out every time. And then after a while, you're like, somebody get him. And he just making you look silly. And the guy, like, if you can't guard an 11-year-old, how am I going to bring you to my university?
Well, for example, Lonzo was a star at Chino Hills High School. Were any of the kids?
No, all of them were stars when they got there.
Well, I'm saying, but first, it was Lonzo.
Lonzo was the freshman first, yes.
Exactly. Did any of them play in the McDonald's All-American?
Lonzo did.
Lonzo did.
Yeah, Lonzo
Okay.
was the only one.
Okay, how did he do?
Lonzo did. I mean, he made everybody better. I think he might have had, I don't know, he might have had 4 or 5 points, maybe 6. But he made everybody else look so good that all he was talking about was Lonzo.
Why didn't the other kids go in the McDonald's?
Well, Jello should have been in the McDonald's All-American, but you know, the way the voting goes and they pick these other players, and how you don't pick us, Jello, and Jello won 60-something games in a row. And he was the number 1 team after Lonzo left. We was the number 1 team in the nation. Nobody ever beat us until we lost back to Oak Hill. Jello led the led the state in scoring 37 points a game.
Okay.
How you do that off the number 1 team and you don't make the McDonald's All-American your last name Ball?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, because usually, I mean...
And that's why I told him that thing is not even a McDonald's All-American no more. I call it the Jack in the Box game. Now, check this out. Then the next time, you don't even pick my son. You don't even pick Melo. Melo did something you ain't gonna never be able to do again. Go to high school, go overseas, and then come back to high school.
Yeah.
Come back to high school. Now let me tell you the narrative on Melo. This is probably not even out before. Melo got to go back to high school for 2 reasons. He wanted to go back to high school, but also the narrative was like, we're not going to pick Melo in the NBA if you got him out of high school, LaVar. Because then the narrative looks like, okay, he was a dropout and we drafted him. We ain't drafting no dropouts.
That's a thing?
That's it.
That's
Can you imagine if Melo would have got drafted?
Out of high school.
Out of high school, and then I take him out to 10th grade to homeschooling.
Yeah.
Now folks gonna be like, NBA, like, no, we're not doing that. So he had to get his degree from Spire.
Huh.
So he had to go back to high school to get his diploma.
Okay.
Now we can put you back on the draft board. Because he was killing people at 16 overseas, grown-ass men.
Yeah.
And then you put him back at Spire. It was like, this is so easy, man. You want me to play high school? And then you don't put my boy on an All-American game? You don't have to. You know why? Big ballers say I'm good. I create my own triple B.
Okay. So then in 2016, Lonzo goes to UCLA. Well, all 3 kids announced that they would go to UCLA, even as
Yes.
in junior
But
high.
if you don't do Jello right, with the stealing of the glasses, now you say he can't play.
We'll talk about
then,
that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you don't do that son right, I snatch him out of there. I'm taking him out of that situation. So if I take this one out, you think I'm gonna send the other one there?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you no love. I'm taking all my boys.
Well, initially, what was it about UCLA that made all 3 kids want to go there?
Hey, because they didn't pick us, we picked them.
Right.
I'm telling my kids like this, man, check this out. Go somewhere where you want to be if things ain't right. If you got an ankle, knee problem, whatever, all you gotta do is drive up the freeway. UCLA, we don't need it. My boy could have went to Connecticut, Duke, or whatever. We're not from there.
There's also USC.
Yeah,
You know.
but if you want USC, that's not too many people coming from there. UCLA, the biggest one. If you're a Laker or a Clipper and you want to see my boys, you can go right up the street and see them every day. Now, if Lonzo is at UCLA and in the summer, this is how I was thinking about that. He can always go to open play, open run, but take his brothers with him. Because at UCLA, we from Cali, we good. That's just like if Michael Jordan ever would have came to UCLA, nobody would have known. But the fact you from North Carolina, people already, your family didn't know about you over there. So that's why I was like, why would we leave if they already know about us playing in high school, 35-0? You already got the notoriety from LA, we the biggest part. We good.
Well, right. You had described Lonzo at that point as Magic Johnson with a jumper.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's making everybody better and can shoot the ball. Lonzo, that's always been his gift, is to make everybody better. That's been his gift, no matter. Everybody look at the points, the rebounds, this and that. Oh, Lonzo hurt. I don't care where he go. He gonna make everybody better.
Well, I remember in an interview around that time, you said you guarantee the UCLA will win the 2017 NCAA Division I tournament.
Yes.
They ended up losing to Kentucky.
Yes.
But he pulled a hamstring, right?
Pulled a hamstring, and okay. He said his hamstring was a little tender, so he couldn't go fast. But you got to understand this, and let's let everybody get on the right track. My son went up to Kentucky and whooped that ass at their place. He was going for that title. Because I told him you only got to win 4 games, son, and you're going to win. He was on his way. What derailed that? I'll tell you. Everybody talking about Fox like he did all this. Lonzo busted his ass the first time at his place. So don't talk about 39. But you got to understand, my sons are young. And be a shelter from Chino Hills, you don't understand the dramatics of certain things. So you can't respond to them a certain way, like a dude from the hood would. So when your mama, you thinking she gonna die, your mind ain't even right. He didn't even want to play in the tournament. I said, son, go ahead. Let me tell you this. That's your mama, but that's my woman. I got her.
What was going on with the...
Tina had a stroke.
Oh, that was around that time.
Just before, yeah.
Right before. Okay, got it.
Right before the playoffs
So
and all that
messed
stuff.
his whole
Man,
head
come
up.
on, man.
Yeah.
And then the way it was told to him, it was kind of raggedy, which is one of his cousins on Tina and them side called Lonzo while he was at school and told him, your mom's about to die.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I was going to tell him the same day because Melo and Jello had a game and Lonzo was coming to the game. And that's what I was going to explain. I just got out of surgery with your mom. She had a stroke. She's going to be all right, though. That's when I was going to give it to him like that as opposed to hearing it because Lonzo's manager right now had told him, he said, man, LaVar, he out here balling like he can't stop crying. I'm like, man, bring him to me and let me fix this thing, you know. And then even when Tina was having problems and staying at the place of Casa Kalima or whatever, I didn't want the boys coming up there trying to make it a movie. So I didn't want them coming up there seeing her with her head all cut off, stitches in her head. Let me do this.
Yeah.
I'll let you see her when I can get her home. That way we know she home. So you guys keep playing basketball. And I said, sometimes the Lord puts certain blocks in front of you to see if you're going to keep going. And that's what the boys were strong enough to believe in me, that I got your mom. Don't worry about it. So go ahead and keep playing basketball, because she would be like, man, go ahead and play. Don't sit up here rubbing her hands. I don't ever want to play no more. I gotta say, no, I understand. People want to see y'all coming in the hospital and making that story. I don't want y'all to go like that.
Well, you made a comment after the Kentucky loss. You said, realistically, you can't win no championship with 3 white guys because the foot speed is too slow.
Yeah.
People are upset over that.
You gotta be. I would be too. If they told me I can't win with no black guys, if that's my race, I'm gonna be mad. But don't be mad at me because I'm truthful.
Right. Brian Mazik of Forbes said that was just plain racist.
Plain racist? What you call it racist on how you look at it. You call it racist on how you look at it if you want to do it. I can't be racist and I got a white wife. How you gonna be racist like that?
Mixed kids.
I got mixed kids. I'm like, man, you got black folks and you got white folks. But I'm like, you want to try to call me racist because it's too positive on a thing. And a lot of people can't say that. But it's true. Why is NBA 90% black? But how you gonna win a championship? You didn't win in the early 40s and 50s when you don't allow these black folks to do what they do.
Right.
Because you look at it like this, man. If you take all it's just like back in the day, they wouldn't allow black folks to play with the white colleges. And so they said, man, these guys are super fast. They super there. Let me get 1. Let me get 2. Let me get 3. But it's just the foot speed. If it's real, it's real. But if you want to be sensitive on the subject, and be like, oh man, he's racist, he said I'll never win. Okay, well go ahead and win and prove me wrong, then we good. But even if you prove me wrong, it don't even mean nothing. Because I'm gonna go eat and take me a nap or do whatever. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so 2017, the NBA draft. Was there a reason why Lonzo didn't stay an extra couple of years? Or the plan was always 1 year straight to the
all
NBA?
All my boys I told them all of them gonna be one and done.
One and done. Okay.
Why? We're trying to get to the quickest, to play the highest talent. We're trying to jump from that. We're not trying to sit there and wait.
Okay. So, the NBA draft in Brooklyn. You actually got booed by the crowd around that time.
Who got booed by the crowd?
Did you get booed?
No, that's what they say.
That's what they say?
Go back and see that crowd. I'm hollering for me. Sure, why not? People try to create these narratives, man. Right. Like they be like, oh, LaVar, the struggle was tough. And I'm kind of sad on all the hate you get. Let me tell you what, I walk on this street, man. Don't nobody come up to me and be like, LaVar, you an asshole, man. Everybody on the street show me much love. But you got these certain little media things here and there where they try to create a thing with me and be like, oh, this is over, or they don't like it. No, that's just them little folks right there.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm hated.
Yeah.
I walk down the street and people
Man,
want to take pictures with me. And
thank you. Same
tell me
thing.
how much they love my
Yeah,
interviews.
yeah, but I'm like, man, it's a certain few that's over there that say, but you want to say, I couldn't get booed too much. They was happy that my son was there and I was there as a family.
Second overall pick,
Yes.
the 2017 NBA draft. How did it feel? And he went to the Lakers, your hometown. Was that in the plan, or was that just by chance you think it happened?
How could it not be in the plan? I'm that good.
That good.
The fact that if I got my son looking at you, he is UCLA, you in the Lakers' backyard. Lakers is doing raggedy. Any top pick going to a raggedy team. My son going to LA. If you don't pick him. Now this is somebody who told me something, Word on the thing was, man, we're not going to renew the contract for the TV rights for the Lakers if you don't get this boy Lonzo, who in your backyard.
That's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
So now I can really talk crazy. I guarantee you my son go to the Lakers.
Okay. Well, because Kobe
Can
retired.
can you imagine if they didn't pick Lonzo and he in their backyard? And the best point guard?
Yep.
If Magic was a coach, my son would still be there.
Well, Kobe retired the year before.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
You have nothing. No, it's good. It's okay.
Well, it's good for you guys, but I mean, I'm sure
My
Lonzo
thing
would have.
is he was too old now.
Yeah.
Let Lonzo do his thing.
You had made a comment. Lonzo doesn't need advice from Kobe. I'm not following anybody.
Right. He don't.
But was Kobe trying to kind of
No.
mentor you guys, or no?
Why I need mentor? Let me tell folks, I always say this. Don't try to mentor my son now after I got him there. Where was you mentoring him when he was 5 or 7 years old? Or 10? Come mentor him now before he's a superstar. Or before where you can get some light on him. Don't come trying to train my son now.
Well, I remember you made a comment around this time. You said that Lonzo is a better player than Steph Curry,
Yes.
who was the MVP the last 2 years.
Yes. Stronger, faster, shoot better, put him in the right predicament. Let's go. Longer, younger. Just the notoriety they got. See, like I'm gonna go back to, with the Lakers, Luke Walton, I'm the man. Kobe ain't here. I'm the coach. I'm loving it. Man, how the second game Lonzo go for damn near triple-double in Phoenix? I thought he was gonna let him loose and let him do his thing now. Lonzo and me, bigger than Luke now. That's why he bad, sensitive. Because I'm telling him how to look at everybody that was on that team, and I said what they were supposed to do, is doing that now. He tried to make Jordan Clarkson goddamn point guard. Taking away Lonzo's minute. That was dumb. I said he the best six man off the bench. Now he in Utah, 6 man off the bench doing his thing. Let Julius Randle run free. He's the strongest and the fastest. Let him be a bull in the china shop. He like Lonzo too. Let him run out there. Now he over there in New York doing what he do. Same thing with Ingram. Everybody is in their right spots and being very successful. Only person ain't in their right spot, who I was talking about, tell me where Luke Walton is now.
No idea.
I know nobody knows.
No idea.
But he couldn't coach, like I said. I said, y'all got food because he was standing up in San Francisco with Kerr and be like, oh. And then they'd say, oh, LaVar said, Steve Kerr can't coach. Hey, man, just gotta have my opinion, and I know what goes on, and I know how to see things. Did we get a medal? Who was the coach? We didn't get no medal? I hate being right all the goddamn time.
We'll talk about all that.
I know we're going to talk about it because there it is.
There it is. Okay. Was there around that time that you asked for a $1 billion shoe deal?
Of course.
For your 3 kids?
That was the best deal they ever could have did. Gave us the Ball family. Can you imagine giving the Ball family $100 million for 10 years? You'd be winning. The whole Ball family for $100 million? That's nothing. You can't come to me for no $1 billion thing now.
Well, I remember this. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I remember you announced that you wanted a $1 billion shoe deal for your 3 kids. And didn't your home get broken into like right afterwards?
Was it? No, I think it was before that. The home got broken in before that.
Before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they was in high school. The boys were in high school.
This house?
No, they ain't breaking this. Are you crazy? No, you You can't get in the gate around here. This is a gated community, man. We was on the corner, and they knew we was watching a playoff game with my boys, and that's when they broke in the house.
I've had my house broken into in high school. They did horrible feeling.
Man, that's horrible. But that was the few months I didn't have no damn dogs. I've been having dogs all our life.
I got Rottweilers too.
Yes, and before that,
best dogs for the house.
Man,
by the way,
for anything,
my Rottweiler bark at anything, will attack whoever.
Yes, I mean it's a beautiful thing. I love
my
man.
dog.
I love them. You hear mine out there doing their thing.
Yep.
But that's the first time we didn't have one for like 3 or 4 months, and then we got some more. But it's okay. Things happen.
Well, around this time, you made a comment. He said, "Back in my heyday, I would kill Michael Jordan one-on-one."
Easy. Too fast, too strong. There's nothing he could do. He weighing 210 pounds. I'm weighing 270 and can jump fast. I'm just going to bag him in, push him off his feet. He's like a little baby to me. And give him a jump hook because I was skilled with either hand to do a jump hook. That's all. You can't block no jump hooks.
Well, you went on First Take. You and Stephen A. Smith went at it over this comment.
I call him the Rudy Poo. Man, I call Stephen A. Smith a $3 bill because he faking and I don't know what. That's why I call him the $3 bill. People think I like him. I don't like him. He think I like him. I'll be like, no. But you want to talk crazy. This is my thing. He talks crazy, but then I like the father. No, you don't. You talk bad about my sons. You talk bad about me. And then with all due respect, I like him. No, don't say nothing crazy and then try to backpedal.
Yeah, I don't like Stephen A. Smith either.
No, I don't like
the first time
I
actually met him, it was at a Jordan party in LA. We were waiting in line for the bus to take us back. Michael Jordan walked by, he was, waved to him and everything else like that. And I turned around, I'm like, oh, Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, oh yeah, we cover you a lot on VladTV. You know what he said? Everybody does.
See, yeah.
Just a straight asshole. Yeah. There's an asshole way to answer. Like, motherfucker, not everyone has 100 million subscribers.
He's faker than a $3 bill. His biggest thing was with me on there. Nobody remembers him saying nothing but me and him going in. And they would have me more to come on there and be like, yo, but I'm not going to help him no more. Nah, I don't even want to go on your show no more. I don't want to do nothing. You go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
And you conform and you're going to do whatever. But hey, you're the last one. At some point, they'll fire you. Because a lot of folks who talk that trash about me, like I told them, you employees. From Jason Whitlock to Jeff Goodman to all these guys that was on ESPN, everybody who came at me, you ain't there no more.
Charles Barkley said, I just don't like the guy at all.
Yeah.
Speaking about you.
And here's the thing, I don't like him at all. He used to be my favorite player until he started talking foolish. And when he got old,
growing up, that was the guy you looked up to, right?
Man, I ain't looked up to him.
Well, I mean, in terms of basketball players.
Because he was light-skinned, strong, and played wild. That's why I like his game.
That's why you liked him.
But when you get on TV, you start talking about, oh, he an idiot, he this. I'm like, man, don't tell me nothing about no family because you don't know nothing about family. You got a daughter, and folks, you was talking about on TNT, you talking about your dogs, Yoo-hoo and Boo-hoo. What about you talking about your damn kids and your wife or whatever? No, you ain't doing that. You ain't no family guy. And don't talk about my boy stealing classes or doing nothing. And you was a drunk back in the day and a gambler. So don't tell me about the bad things that you've done and try to act like you somebody now. You're not that person, dog. So I don't like you at all. I seen him at a game when Lonza was with the Lakers and he was going to commentate or whatever. He tried to come at me and shake my hand. I looked through him like glass.
Oh, you wouldn't shake his hand?
I wouldn't shake his hand. I walked right by him. Like, nah, man, come on. So on the camera, you're going to talk crazy, but behind the camera, oh, we supposed to be buddy. I'll never come in with Charles Barkley, because I don't have to.
Well, Kenny Smith actually defended you. He said that actually Charles Barkley's wrong about you.
Yeah, well, he knew, because Kenny Smith, we played against his AAU team. I ain't did nothing to these guys.
Yeah.
Shaq's and all them. I ain't did nothing to them. Now, Shaq's kids will say hi to me, but I won't say nothing to Shaq because you want to talk crazy about me. I don't.
Wait, Shaq talk crazy about you?
Well, he had his little diss track and then LaVar charging too much for the shoes and this and that. If he was a real big baller, he would do this. I've already done this. I'm like this, Shaq. You're still an employee. Shut your mouth. You don't have a brand. Because the last time I checked, Superman was a white dude with a cape.
He does own a lot of companies. He owns a lot of businesses.
Let me tell you this. You don't own nothing. You partner up. You don't own anything. You have to invest in somebody else's. You have to invest in Papa John's. You have to invest in all this General and all this stuff. That's not your stuff. And you know when you're going to find out? When you ain't the owner? When you leave this earth and it don't go to your family. You're going to be really mad. I don't know who else going to be mad? Michael Jordan don't own Jumpman.
No.
When he go, you think it's going to go to his family?
He did own the Panthers, though.
All that stuff going back.
He did sell it, though. Okay, so then next year, LiAngelo Ball.
Yes.
He goes to UCLA.
Yes.
He goes over to Shanghai, China,
Yes.
and things go bad.
Things don't go bad. He just throws some glasses. Made a mistake. One thing.
Right. He was at a store with
He
his
was going to pay
teammates.
for it with his card. The card didn't work because he didn't tell him he was going to China to use the card. So they.
Oh, yeah. When you go overseas, sometimes he thinks it's a
so
scam.
They
Yeah.
convinced them, like, nigga, we took these. Well, you go ahead and take these.
Right. He.
Out of all the things, Jello ain't did nothing wrong. Then all of a sudden, you do something wrong overseas. It's one mistake. It's not a big deal. That's why I tell people look at me like, oh, you said stealing ain't a big deal? Well, let me tell you this. I've seen people get shot, pistol whip people, and do things like that. My son didn't go in there cussing, motherfucker, give me the gloves and all this stuff. He just went in there and made a mistake at the wrong time. So you can't kill him like that. So I felt he did enough punishment being over there, not being able to play and come back in 2 weeks. And now he go to UCLA and they take his meal card and they tell him he can't go to the gym anymore and he just got to go to class. I'm like, hold up.
Well, right. I mean, listen, I got caught stealing sunglasses from Walgreens as a kid. We all have done dumb shit as kids.
Yes.
So I don't blame him for it. You know what I'm saying? We've all
made a
done
mistake. But here's the thing, too. I don't mean to cut you off, Vlad. Why would I, if everybody jumping on him and telling him, oh, you should have never did this, you're bad for your family. If you're already hearing all this, why am I going to jump on that same boat?
Yeah.
You did what you did, son. Okay. But check this out. Sometimes I tell him this. If you don't do what you do, son, then I don't do what I do. I don't go overseas with the big baller brand. I don't take you out of UCLA and find all this other stuff to do that the world is much bigger than just the US. So you had to take a step back for the big baller brand to go forward. Even though it was negative, now everybody knows about you, globally known. We've known, and it's like, I don't do these moves. Maybe I just go in there, okay, give Jello, Melo, Zoe, endorsement deal. Let's leave it at that. I got my money. Now I don't have big baller brand. I don't do the JBA league. I don't do none of this stuff because we already got money. I'm just sitting back now. Mm-hmm. But by Jello doing that, allowed me to say, you know what? Let me create my own league so my boys don't have to go to college. Let me do this so now Melo's thing is different.
Well, listen, stealing some glasses in the US is a slap on the wrist. The problem was that he was in China.
Yes.
Which is a communist country, which is a whole different set of rules.
Yes.
You can't say fuck the president in China and expect to go home that night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a whole different, you can't have Google in China. Google's illegal in China.
Yes, they got 10 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So he was actually facing 3 to 10 years in prison. I mean, as a father, were you a little scared at that point? Because this is not America.
No, ain't got to be America. Let me tell you this. You better have some people over there that can do something for you. So you have to align yourself with Chinese. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So we already got boots on the ground. And when you hear from my son, it's not like he's a vengeful, got a history of being bad, and he ain't never missed a class. Attendance, A's, come on. After they speak to him or do what they're gonna do, they're gonna be like, well, let's do this, let's bypass. But then, like I said, Trump tried to come over there and say, yo, I helped him and I took him out of this and I did that. It was like, you wasn't coming over there before that. You was already on your way over there and you try to tie yourself to this.
Right, because Trump took credit for
Try to take credit.
Yeah, he said, he actually tweeted, he said, do you think 3 UCLA players will say thank you, President Trump? They were headed for 10 years in jail.
Come on.
But they were already out of jail by the time he tweeted that?
Come on, man. Yes. And it's like this. Let me ask you this, Vlad. Vlad, tell me this, man. If you say, LaVar, I'm coming to get you. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, okay, Vlad, you come over there, you drive your car, I get in your car. Don't tell me you coming to get me and you send this guy. I said, if you was really coming to save us, why we didn't ride back on this plane? And why you don't come up to me and say, hey, Mr. Ball, my name is such and such. If I'm going to say apologize to somebody, you're going to come up and introduce yourself. I'm not just going to just be out there talking about, thank you for doing this, and I never met you. Well,
Trump called you very ungrateful.
Yes.
And he said he should have left them all in jail.
Yeah, why couldn't you? You did anyway. You didn't do nothing. What you talking about you should have did? You kept them out of jail. You ain't did nothing. That's why you ain't the president to today. You should have been on my team. You still would have been good.
Right. He called you a poor man's version of Don King?
Yes. That's what they told me. So I'm like, man, can't be too poor of a Don King. I'm living good, man.
Did he call you an ungrateful fool?
I don't know. I sent him some ZO2s.
Right.
just for the hell of it.
I didn't see any pictures of him wearing it.
Yeah, he probably got him. He probably got him in a booth or something, man, saying, look what the big baller gave me. 'Cause you might need those to get him out of some trouble.
Okay. So, and we touched on this before. So because of this whole situation with the shoplifting, when Jello comes back to LA, UCLA suspended him indefinitely from the team, right?
Yeah. They told me they didn't know how long his thing was going to last. So I'm like this. I ain't got to tell y'all nothing. We out of here, Jello. You overseas. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't have to talk to no coaches, no ADs, and nothing. We gone.
Lithuania.
Bye.
Yep. And by the way, you called Trump racist during this whole time.
Yeah.
Which I think most people would agree with you.
Come on now. You think
I would agree with you.
Man, come on. A lot of folks agree.
Right. I mean,
but then you got to do some things where you're going to look like you got these other ones to say, man, no, he's not. He gave us some money. He did more than anything than anybody. Okay.
Okay. So now you guys are in Lithuania.
Yes.
How did you guys like that? How did Jello like it? How did you like it?
My thing is this. How could you not like it? Lithuania is a place where whatever you want to focus in or dial in on, that's the place to go. What I mean by that, if you're a writer, you ain't got to worry about going to no malls and all that. It's very cold out there. You can keep your ass inside, get your thoughts right, boom. If you're just going there just to play basketball and dial in on basketball, talking about going to the movies and hanging out and doing the high school thing, you ain't doing that. My boys were sleeping all day and training all day, playing against grown men. Now, everybody on the outside says, oh, it was the worst thing. Well, you got to find some food you like. That's about it. But as far as dialing in and you practicing twice a day and living in a hotel with no worries, that's not a good time. If you go study for a chemistry test and do some term papers and all that, instead of being in the gym and dialing in on your game. Yeah. Lithuania, we ain't got no bullets flying and nothing like that. We just out there having a good time. We there as a family.
Was it around this time that you bought this house?
I had this house before we went there.
Okay. So after Lonzo
went,
joined the Lakers,
then we got this.
Okay.
We couldn't stay at Aquamarine no more because we was too the celebrity status. People buy the house all the time, pictures play. You got to get behind the gate.
Oh yeah, no, I live in a gated community.
Yes,
I refuse not to live in a gated community.
But I was like this. I was like this, thinking to myself, like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm always going to be here.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we got to get behind the gate and then get behind another gate.
Yeah.
Because it's too big and where I'm a park, my Rolls Royce and all these fancy cars on the end of a non-gated community. I ain't got enough room to park all the cars I got. So you kind of have to move.
I mean, I remember coming from where I came from. I mean, we used to live in the projects in Springfield, Massachusetts, when we first came to this country. And I remember when I bought my mansion, it's like, wow, like just the feeling is like nothing I could really describe. Right. What was it like coming from South Central and buying this 16,000 square foot mansion?
It's a good thing, not just for me and the family, but it's also good for people on the outside to see it can happen. Like here I am from LA South Central, living better than a lot of folks. That ain't supposed to happen. But it gives people a little faith to say, you know what, I'm gonna try something. I might not be as high, but I'm gonna do something right. And that's what it does to a lot of Black folks that I bring over here and see this. They be like, wow. You're a bad sucker when you say you're gonna have the best and biggest house in Chino Hills. I know my wife's mom and dad wasn't thinking that. Until now they see it now, they be like, this sucker right here said exactly what he was gonna do.
No, you got to see it, man. I remember as a kid in high school, I had a couple of rich friends and going to their home and spending the night and jumping in their pool. I never had a pool growing up.
Right.
It made me want to do it. And if you could actually touch it, you think that it's real.
Yeah.
When it's on TV, you don't think that it's real. On the internet, it's not real.
Right.
But when you could actually touch it
and
you see their parents and they earned it and everything else like that, and you're like, man, like I could do this one day.
Yeah.
It stays with you. It stays with you. Well, with everything that's going well, a lot of people also talk their shit. Joel Embiid, he got fined $10,000 by saying fuck LaVar Ball.
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, here's the thing. You sometimes you speak out of your mind for no reason. And then I seen him at a game. I think when he played the Lakers. I said, yo, come here, son. You cuss and get fined.
Yeah.
I can cuss you out all day and ain't a dollar coming out of my pocket.
Yeah, you got fined $10K.
What they telling you is shut your ass up and we'll tell you what to say. So don't let them fool you. What I mean by that, work on your game. You could be very good. And this is what I see him. If I see him today, we good on the fact that I told him, you can shoot, you strong inside, and you letting this side stuff bother you to jump in this lane. Now he like Lonzo's music, we good, but I'm glad he became the player he is. On the advice he took, just work on your game and be that guy. Don't let this side stuff, by you saying that, and for what? One of the best things is two black guys going at it. They love that. Don't give them that firepower, son. Work on your game, do your thing, because I'm going to do my thing. Because they can't control me. They can control you. So don't let that, and just work on your stuff and your game to speak for itself. And now you get MVP now. Now I know as years went by, you're listening to what the big baller told you.
Well, on the flip side, I had John Sally on my show.
Uh-huh.
And he called you the smartest guy in the world.
Okay. Like I said, man, you're going to have people that say good things and people that say bad things, but I don't waver on either one. I don't let people say good things and be like, oh, thank you, man, I appreciate it. I don't let people say bad things and be like, man, I shouldn't have did it. I don't know why they think it bad about me. As long as my family understand what I'm about, I'm good with that. So I can see that, because either way, let me tell you this. You're either going to say something good about me and be noticed, or you're going to say something bad about me and be noticed. But you got to say something to make you be relevant.
Well, Kyrie Irving, he made a comment. He said that LaVar needs to let Lonzo be Lonzo. And you had some responses to him. You said, maybe you don't have the relationship that me and Zoe got. First of all, your mom wasn't there, so something's got to change right there.
Right.
It's not the same. Lonzo can come home and see his mom and dad all the time. We've been together. Most people with this talent usually has a single parent, not two of them together. Now, Kyrie lost his mom when he was 4 years old. And he actually had a daughter during that time. He had a kid. So he does have a child. But some people felt you went kind of over the line with that statement talking about his mom.
I'll talk about anybody. Who cares? My thing is this. I said what I said, and I'm like, man, don't give me no fatherly advice. You say you had a daughter at that time, but where's she at now, or what you doing with her? Pay attention to that. Don't worry about how Lonzo should be, and I should let Lonzo be Lonzo. Maybe your dad let you be who you are, and that's why, however you are, that's why you like that. So don't tell me, I have no advice from no youngster. And get your own, and you advise them.
There you have it.
That's it. It's like but you know, people going to run with this thing and say, no, you shouldn't have been talking about his mom. I'm not talking about his mom. I'm just saying, if you don't have two parents there, I don't know whether somebody got sick or got killed or whatever. But I'm saying you're not advanced enough in life to say, LaVar, just let Lonzo be Lonzo. Raise your kid, let your kid be who they want to be, and they run you, that's fine. If they don't run you, that's fine. But don't come on this side trying to give no advice to the big baller.
Listen, I've always been a fan. If you watch any of my interviews, whenever your name would come up, I've always said, hey, man, I think most people would like to have a dad like LaVar, who's super, motivated, super involved in what they're doing, give up part of their life to invest into their kids' lives.
But here's the thing, too, where people don't understand, Vlad. I ain't giving up nothing. They say, man, the struggle, I know. Sacrifices I made, none. I had these kids because I wanted them.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they popped up. Here's the thing, like I tell folks, I ain't sacrificed nothing, Vlad, on the fact that I didn't have a 9-to-5 job where I come home and my boys want to shoot the ball and I'm dead tired and be like, okay, let's go.
You had no nannies, nothing.
No nannies. I mean, for me picking my wife, investing in my boys instead of buying real estate, I'm gonna invest millions of dollars in my sons. People used to tell me back in the day, I said, man, I got 3 lotto tickets, I just ain't cashed them in yet. Now, around the neighborhood and all that stuff, and then kids are going to school and that, all my boys are millionaires. Now, if you do not give your kid a trade or something like that, send them to school. Give them some education, because you're like, man, I ain't gonna be the biggest, fastest, they ain't not gonna play no sports. I gotta get them a job or doing something. So you give them an education.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I never was gonna pay for college. So I don't have to save no money so I can buy BMWs and Cadillacs for my boys while they're in high school.
Right. Well, they all had scholarships.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They was gonna get scholarship before they even had, but I'm like, man, I'm not paying for no school.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're gonna make money playing sports. I already established that. But that's why I came in like, yo, I gotta make this story. But I tell you what, son, the big play is gonna be you guys coming into sports with your own brand. It's never been done before. Lonzo's the only one to ever walk across the NBA stage with his signature shoe on already. Ain't gonna never happen.
So let's talk about that. Big baller brand.
Yes.
On your shirt, on your shoes as well.
Come on.
Can we get a little?
Come on.
Can we get a little zoom in on the shoes?
Come on, man. Come on now.
I haven't seen these before.
These are coming out.
These are new right here?
Yes.
We got the exclusive on these?
Yes, exclusive. They're not even out yet. They'll be out at October, end of October.
End of October.
These bad boys
There
right
we
here.
go.
And everybody talking about, oh, they look like Yeezys. No, they look better than Yeezys.
Right. So these
Look
are
at the bottom, the top.
These are big baller slides then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, these ain't the big baller slides because I have slides.
You have slides also?
Yes.
Okay.
These the big baller chillers.
Chillers.
You get to chill in these. These ain't no sports shoe.
Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, you have a minor share in Big Baller Brand with Lonzo being the majority shareholder?
No, that's what
No?
y'all put in the papers.
But you've heard this before.
Man, I've heard it, yeah.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. Even when my crooked ass friend that we got out of this thing,
Alan Foster.
yeah, he don't want to talk about all these percentages. This brand has always been me and Tina's. It's my idea, Triple B's. Tina just roll with me, but I'm saying this is my stuff.
Okay. Why did you bring Alan Foster in as a partner or an investor for this brand?
He's not even an investor. He was just a director.
What does that mean?
That means when you direct stuff, that's all you do is direct.
Okay.
And when I had an idea, we get it done.
Okay.
So, but as far as having a percentage in it, I ain't got no percentage in this. And he want to be like, oh, Lonzo got 51%, I own 16%. I'm not giving you no percentage of this.
Now, wasn't there an issue with Lonzo being connected with the brand while he was playing at UCLA?
Exactly. How could he own a brand if you can't own the brand and play at UCLA?
Right. Well, at
So
least
that lets you know right there.
now you can, right?
Now you can't. Why? Because of the big baller move. LaVar done changed a lot of stuff. This NIL stuff and all this stuff. Why did it change? The G League get more money. Why did it change? Because of the stuff that I've done. And everybody like, LaVar, I want to give you your flowers. Don't give me no flowers. I don't want no flowers. Give me some donuts. I'm a donut man.
You're a donut man.
Yes.
I like donuts too.
Donuts, but what I'm saying is all this stuff changes when you go back and see what LaVar did. Like up in UCLA, I said, I ain't gonna wear no UCLA stuff. I'll wear your colors. But the colors had Big Baller Brand.
Okay. Well, George Raveling, the global
Yes.
basketball sports director at Nike, he called you the worst thing to happen to basketball in the last 100 years.
Yes.
You heard this.
Yes.
What was that over?
So you telling me I'm worse than slavery? So you know something wrong with him.
Well, slavery happened more than 100 years ago.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying, basically. And I'm like, okay, so I'm worse than that. But you know what? He nervous. He always worked for Nike. And you see what Nike told him.
What, did you guys have deals on the table from Nike?
No, they don't want to give us what we want.
Okay, so it wasn't even a serious
no ownership
conversation.
and no co-branding, so guess what?
Not
No, they wanted my boy. They wanted all this stuff, but I was never in a room with the people that were making decisions.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, you could see people that represent Nike, but the person who should have been in the room should have been me and Phil Knight, two owners.
Right. Well, I mean, Phil Knight was already kind of out of the picture.
But
by
I'm
that
just
point.
saying, at that
wasn't
point,
the president anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you can't do that now.
Yeah.
The people I need to be in is the people who own the brand.
Okay.
I don't
But,
need to-
Nike's a public corporation, so
yes,
no one
yes,
really
yes.
owns it. The shareholders own it.
Exactly. So that's why you can't make that decision now.
Right.
With Triple B's, I'm the head.
Okay. Well, you guys introduced the ZO2,
Yes.
$500.
Yes.
People were upset over the price point.
Yes.
You said if you can't afford it, you're not a baller.
Right. Yeah. You know what that means? A big
Explain.
baller is a mindset.
Okay.
Not about how much money you got. Maybe you save bottles for a year and then go get it.
Mm.
You're a big baller if you can figure out a way to get what you're going to get, being productive. I ain't saying go out and get a gun and say, give me this up or slap somebody and steal it. No, I'm saying a big baller is going to find a way where I'm not giving you this and it's something that you want, you're going to work for it and get it. A big baller is not a guy who got diamonds on his neck and a bunch of money in his pocket. It's a mindset. You can be a big baller as a trash man. You can be a big baller being successful. The successful is not just having a mansion and Rolls Royces. You can come from a family of 10 and have a job in your own apartment and you're successful.
I mean, the thing with basketball shoes, it's always been kind of a sticky subject, especially in lower income communities, because people sometimes lose their lives over these sneakers. Like, for example, Stephon Marbury, he tried to kind of overcome that. Remember, he had the Starberry sneakers that were like $30.
Right.
You know, and it was a really a cool idea, I thought, but ultimately the shoe failed. Because I think a lot of kids were. Fail? Well, I think that people probably looked at him and said, "Oh, you got those cheap ass Starberries on." That's what I think.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So regardless of the price of the shoe, everybody says too high. Why is it too high? Ain't nobody shooting nobody over no Louis Vuitton shoes. But you want to talk about something in the hood when you see some Jordans get shot for, now we can blame it on somebody. Because if you got these shoes, Louis Vuitton, $1,200, $1,000, and then you say mine is too high. Now the best shoe, check this out. The most expensive shoe is the #1 player in the NBA, whoever that guy is. That's what his shoe. So can you imagine when Lonzo came in the league and people looking at LeBron like your shoe from Nike, they're 180. I said, boy, I got slippers that I make big baller slides that cost $220. So that's showing you how Nike thinking about him. I'll flip my flippers off and be like, they're more than your shoes. So people are looking at Lonzo's shoe when he on the court. $500 shoes. He got the best shoe. He got the most expensive shoe.
But to be fair, around that time, the shoes weren't really structurally sound. Because I remember
they were structurally sound.
Lonzo said that he kept ripping them open while he was playing. He had like a whole bag of them.
Let's keep it real now.
He did say that in an interview. I watched it today.
Exactly. Lonzo said some things that didn't resonate the right way because he's young and they fooled him into interviewing. First of all, if you say you had these shoes, why are we talking about shoes nobody ever got? And here's another thing. You know what size shoe Lonzo wear? 13.
Okay.
Get you a backpack today and see how many pairs of them shoes you could put in that backpack. I bet you it ain't gonna be no 3 or 4 pair. So him saying that, oh, they was ripping every quarter and this and that. Do you have any footage of him changing the shoe? There's no footage.
No. But okay. He did say it though.
The shoe came apart. They were prototypes. And you know who made the shoe? Lonzo's idea. Oh, I want this over here. I want this. You're not no shoe designer. Now that shoe came all apart the way you wanted it. You're not a shoe designer, so you're not gonna know. So that's why it looked like a bulky kickball shoe. I'm doing it for you, son, how you want it. And we got these guys putting the shoe together. No. So that's when we went to Brand Black to say, yo, help us out with this shoe. LaVar, we can design the shoe. Good.
Okay. Brand Black is what?
I don't know. It's just a brand that came out and they had shoes and stuff like that. But I'm like, you can help us. So if you can help us and got, places factories that can make the shoe and how we can come up and design it with the lightest fabrics ever on there, that's what we did. And Lonzo was balling out of control with them shoes on. And this is what other people like to say, Vlad, I'm gonna tell you everything. You're gonna get hurt in any freaking shoe you wear. So don't come at me and be like, these shoes caused Lonzo to hurt himself. No. Truth be told, Nike's track record is a little better than mine getting people hurt.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kobe used to play low tops.
Kobe got hurt.
Yeah.
But
he used to like tape up his ankles, basically.
Yeah, regardless of taping up your ankle or whatever. Yeah, Achilles. KD got toe up.
Right.
Anybody who wears shoes, Curry with the Under Armour on, everybody gets hurt. Zion tore his shoe up. But yet, you want to create this narrative that, oh, LaVar, his shoes messed up Lonzo way before. Wait. Lonzo tore his knee up in Nikes. He was good in my shoe. Let me tell you the rundown. He hurt his ankle in my shoe, but tearing his knee up. This is what happened. Lonzo wearing Nikes. The shoe that he's wearing is Kobe's. Kobe's shoe, listen to me, Kobe's shoe is made for Kobe's foot, whether it be low top or nothing. But listen, that shoe is made to go 50 miles an hour. Kobe, a half-court player. Kobe ain't snatching a rebound and go 100 miles an hour to pass or shoot or to get somebody involved. Lonzo's playing 100 miles an hour in a 50-mile-per-hour shoe. So 2 things gonna happen. Either the shoe gonna give or your body gonna give. And tore that boy's knees up. Tore his knees up going 100 miles an hour because you left and wasn't playing. You playing New Orleans with a Nike shoe on, and in Chicago. Been wearing Kobe's all the time. Nike done tore you up. So when I make this is not even going to be on your thing. When I make his other shoe, watch how I conform completely to his foot.
Okay.
You don't think I'm going to make Lonzo another shoe?
Okay, so it was around this time that you started the JBA.
Yes.
Was that kind of based on what was happening with Jello?
Jello and Melo, yes.
Yeah.
Of course. I can help out some family. I create my own league so my boys don't have to go back to college. But they still got to play. They still have to play. But if I don't have to answer nobody, I'm going to take them overseas. I'm going to take them to different arenas. I'm going to keep my boys playing without relying on somebody else. So their skill level always going to go up.
So what ultimately happened with the league?
The league was all my money. I didn't have no investors or nothing. That's all me.
Yeah. And you were actually
So what's happening, my boys, is finished now. They where they're supposed to be. I can come back and re-enter this.
Restart it, right.
But everybody, don't start talking about why the league failed and all that. I started it. No investment, no nothing. All the money that I made, I put into it to keep my boys playing. I can't have no 2-year break and be like, oh, can you go back to college and get better? Or can we have them do this? I ain't crying back to nobody. So I'll spend the money to have my own league for my boys.
Right, because you were paying players $3,000 a month to play.
I got about 60 something, almost 80 kids doing this thing.
Love it.
But check this out. For people don't understand, I helped over 60 families for that small bit of time. So don't talk about me unless you go help somebody's family do something. Regardless if I helped them for 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, I helped them. That's why I look at all these other people that be talking crazy, from the Charles Barkleys to the Stephen A. Smith. Where's the kids you helping become sportscasters or talk shows? Where's your internship or anything? Are you leading anybody anywhere? Or y'all just worried about your stuff? You're not helping nobody do nothing. So don't talk about what I'm doing with my boys or what I'm doing. That's why I get on all of them like that.
Well, speaking of that, around this time, you started criticizing the Lakers.
Yes.
You said they're soft. They don't know how to coach my son. And that started a whole thing.
Of course.
You were not a fan of the coach.
No.
Why is that?
You're not playing my son right. You taking him in, you starting him. After 6 minutes, you're taking him out, sit him down, wait another. If you're not playing somebody for 12 minutes in an NBA game, that's like sitting down for 40 minutes. And now he been used to playing the whole game. So you got him playing 100 miles an hour, then you sitting him down, cool him off, then go back out there and play 100 miles an hour again. So you tearing up his body instead of letting him do what he do. If you want to play him 30-something minutes, how about you let him play the first 3 quarters and let him sit out the whole 4th quarter? You're going to be up 20.
Well, I remember, was it that year, the Lakers had a new rule, which they would call the LaVar Ball rule, which didn't allow the media to talk to family members at home games. Yeah. Because of you.
Yeah, they said it's a rule, but nobody going up to nobody else's family to talk to them. Why are you coming up to me? Because I have a brand. If I have a brand, I'm just another father. Like the T. Moran's dads and Carl Towns' dad, all these guys. What are we talking about now? You're not going to talk about them. Why? Because they're different from me. They don't have a brand. So you're just a parent on the side. Think about that. Ain't nobody talking. Vlad, it is 2023, ain't it? Why are we still talking about Big Baller? Why are you interviewing me, man? It's been 76 years since 2016. Let's say 2017. That's 6 years that went by. But if I don't have a brand, I'm just a regular father. I can't stay relevant because I'm just a father. But to have a brand, you're always going to interview me. My thing is just going to go up. People can say what they want. Yeah. I'm still here. Yep. And I'm going to be here for a long time because I'm not done doing what I'm doing, which is creating a brand that everybody going to look up to and be like, oh my God, how'd that happen?
So Steve Kerr had some words about you.
Of course.
What was it about you and Steve Kerr?
That's what I'm saying. Coach your team, shut the hell up, and leave me alone. You never say nothing about me, I'm not going to say nothing about you. You call me Kardashian of basketball.
Right.
So don't get mad at me when I call you the Milli Vanilli of coaching.
You called him the Milli Vanilli of coaching.
Remember Milli Vanilli that came out singing that song?
I interviewed,
but they wasn't singing.
They were lip syncing. I actually interviewed one of the guys. I interviewed.
Wow.
Yeah, Fat Morvan.
Boy, that boy Flag, you get around and get everybody, huh?
Everybody.
So I'm good then.
You're good.
Okay, my man.
Why'd you call him the Milli Vanilli of coaching?
What's it? Milli Vanilli got all them awards for singing and they can't sing a lick.
Okay, so you say
now
he
you
can't
standing
coach.
up coaching. Who gonna coach Steph Curry and Draymond Green and the other shooter, Clay? How do you coach them on a running system? You don't. Well, hey, let's run this play. They're just out there running and shoot. So basically, you just standing up doing nothing. Look what Luke Walton did after you hurt your back. And they thought that was coaching. What I'm saying is, I can coach that team blind. Steph, you here? Clay, you here? Draymond, okay, good. And then by the sound of the crowd, that means we're doing good. Every time they 3-point, we must be winning, bro. Yes. Good job. Keep it up. That's how easy it is. And now you see he ain't doing nothing, man. Come on, how do you? Little championships you win, and come on, man. It's the players. The only one that was smart enough was Phil. Phil said, I'll create something. You know what I'm going to call it? Without coaching? Call it Zen. They'll figure it out. I tell them less coaching is the best coaching. How you think my boys went 35-0? You think the coach was coaching them? He like, run loose. We was the only one in the race. Like you run a horse race, we was the only horse without a jockey. Just go. That's how coaching, special players, you can't coach, you let them do what they do. Look at the Lakers. You got this guy, Paul Westhead. Good. Oh, my system works. It's a system. No, it's magic. You brought Pat Riley out the booth. Said, come on down here and coach and look at them championships. Because you can't box great players. They got to do their thing. You just got to believe in them and they got to believe in you. Like they said, what's the best team that your son can go to? It ain't the best team, it's the best coach. Whoever gonna believe in my son, look at Red Auerbach. He said, I believe in Bird. Go on, do what you're gonna do. How you coach a crazy dude like that? You don't coach him. I can see it now. Phil, hey Mike, come here. Let me tell you what to do. Come here. No, you don't do that. You don't coach these special players, and that's what I have. And a lot of times they say, oh, Lonzo does stuff, you can't teach that. Melo does stuff, you can't teach that. Well, who the hell you think taught him? It's the big baller. I taught them how to play faster than anybody. When my boys all get on the same team, it'll be the biggest thing in the NBA. And they'll play so fast you can't catch them.
So you don't think that Phil Jackson played a big role in what Jordan did in the Bulls?
I don't think he played a big role.
Or in the Lakers?
No, I don't think they played a big role in it. I think they believed in him and let him do what they do.
Okay, fair enough.
That's it. I mean, you can draw up all the best X's and O's. If you don't have the players, that thing ain't gonna work.
Right.
You just drawing up great plays, okay? What is it, man? You got Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Rodman or Horace Grant, whoever. You got to have that three right there. Okay. Magic Johnson, Kareem, Byron Scott, you got to have the three. James Worthy, you got to have those three. And what you do is your coach has to believe in you because you can have the best players and a raggedy coach. Let me tell you this. Look at this story right here, man. You got a ball boy in Greensboro, Cello. And as good as Melo did with his brother all through the JBA and whatever, have you ever seen them not play together and not be efficient? Why wouldn't you bring him up to Charlotte? Why wouldn't you bring him up to Australia? Cello better than Melo. And folks be like, man, I know, I train my boys. Jello bigger, stronger, older.
Is better than Melo.
Yes.
You're saying that right now. Okay.
No, I know that. I've been knowing it.
Yeah. Well, if anyone
Until
knows,
they all get 23, 24, that's when the size and the strength comes in. But if you just watch a Melo dribble and shoot, Jello is not that guy to dribble and shoot. He can, but he always been my scorer. I'm going to show you how my three boys it is. And they are what they are. And I'm going to just go off this a little bit. Lonzo does what he does, but he's very good at it. He make everybody better around him. You don't hear about these UCLA players till he go to UCLA, and then they all get drafted, and you don't hear about them no more. He go to Lakers, make Kuzma and everybody good. He go to New Orleans, make everybody good. Go to Chicago. Now you're talking about DeMar being the MVP and Zach, everybody doing good. That's what he does. Now, my crowd pleaser, that bring win or lose. You coming to watch him? Melo, when he came to Chino Hills, everybody want to watch now, 3 of them there. He go to Lithuania, you don't even know about Lithuania. He go to Australia, you don't even know about Australia. Charlotte Hornets, weak as hell. Everybody got to watch Melo. That's what he does. He gonna put people in them seats, you're gonna watch him. My best scorer is Jello. Jello better at score. So when he get to the league, if he played with his brothers, he would lead the league in scoring.
Well, in 2018, LeBron joins the Lakers
Yes.
with Lonzo.
Yes.
Were you excited about that?
I'm not excited about it. Lonzo can play with me and you. So it don't matter who you bring to the team. But I told him before LeBron got there that he was coming. And people say, no, man, you didn't want to come them years before, but you wait till they draft my boy, now you ready to go because you know what we getting. And if him and Lonzo play good together, it's just the coaching. If you don't know what to do with this boy, come on, man. How did the other guy come in there? To show you what the coaching was. What's that boy, the coach that came? Frank Vogel come in and win a championship, trade just one player. AD, come on, now we're gonna get a championship. That shows you how a coach believed in him and said, yo, let's go. Where Luke is trying to run all this stuff and now you don't hear nothing about it. If he would have rolled and got behind Lonzo, he would have been winning and grinning.
Well, I remember you called Chris Carter and Shannon Sharp fake.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, Chris Carter was, he thought he was above, folks and didn't understand. You working for somebody, you have no say-so. So don't act. And Shannon, when we first came with Triple B's, go back, man, I'm gonna get the shoes, man. He bought some shoes. Look behind you. And then the next time, the people upstairs say, hold up. You got knocked, I don't want you on that scene.
Well, he had you on a show, though.
Yes.
Seemed like you guys got along pretty well.
Ain't his show.
Club Shay Shay?
It's Club Shay Shay. That's what is that? Is that his show?
I don't think he owns it.
Oh, what is it? A podcast?
Podcast, yeah.
Exactly. Ain't no show then. You could do a podcast. Yeah, me and you could do a podcast. But the podcast is what people are jumping to now. You don't need no major network because if you can get this podcast to go the right way and people give you the views and all that, that's their new thing. But
that's why we're here right now.
Exactly. Because now we don't have to have all this stuff to sign it and it's to go into the network and all this. It's set up how the way you want it. So now it goes between, it's not all the paperwork on your side and all the paperwork on my side. It's like this. Vlad, you own this. I'm Triple B, I own this. Me and you say yes and no, we're going to talk to each other. We sitting here like boys just shooting the breeze.
Exactly. But
you can't do that when you have 12 people on this side, 12 people on this side. Is the money right? Is the time right? Don't talk about this, talk about that. We can talk about whatever we want to. Exactly. Whatever I'm going to answer to, whatever you're going to ask me. And I feel like, yo, what's up?
Yeah. Greg Popovich.
Yes.
Calls you a fan in the peanut gallery.
Yes.
Why is that?
Shut the hell up. You want to be noticed. But nobody's talking about him. If you say something about somebody else, if somebody pay attention to you. They don't care. But these guys thinking they high ranked and they above somebody that feel they can say something like this. Why? Pay attention to your team. Same thing with that boy named Carlisle. He tried to say his 10 cents because he up under Popovich and all them want to be on the same team and he Popovich and under Kerr and all it. Yeah. All y'all shut up and just mind your team. Don't even worry about what's going on this other part.
Jello goes to NBA draft and becomes undrafted. Was that a surprise?
Yeah. Because Rob and Magic, I went in the back room with them. Do something for Lonzo. Y'all telling me what Lonzo got to do for the team? Okay, we good. Get stronger, faster, more commanding voice. Yeah, do something for me. Get my boy. They tell me we're going to keep family together. But when it get to the 50-something pick, you don't pick him. You pick some other guy that came from Michigan, which I understand Pelinka had ties with that type of stuff. So I'm like, Magic, you thought I'm going on your word. So that's when I said, Magic, you're just a face. You have no say-so. You have no control. I thought you had control like that where you're like, man, we're going to get the other ball boy. It was man, you get the other ball boy, Melo with a shoe in. We good. Now we got all 3 boys in LA. Now y'all can do what you want. We good. Let's
You've
run
been
this.
trying for that the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them that. So I'm looking at it like, come on now. You don't get jello. So now after a while, look at Magic. I'm gone. Why did Magic say he gone? Because I said what I said. He's just a face. You have no control. So that's why he ended up leaving. Everybody, when he left, everybody was like, what the hell is Magic leaving for? Magic, man, he was like, man, I'm about to give. I think he would have got rid of Luke, but Jeannie liked him so much, we got to keep him. And you end up getting rid of him anyway. But why did we sacrifice all this? And it could have been done a long time ago.
Well, Kobe wanted jello on the Lakers.
Did he?
Yeah. Hold on a second. There's an article about this.
That boy can shoot the lights out.
Hold on 1 second.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant opened the Lakers drafting LiAngelo Ball if it'll help win.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody, I mean, the chemistry would have been so good.
Yeah. Saying you'd be cool with the team taking another Ball brother.
Yeah, come on.
If it'll help win. Yeah.
Come on.
Kobe was for it.
That's winning. Why wouldn't you be for that? That's winning. Look at what Jello can do, man. He scored a ball. You think Lonzo would, man, that boy averaged 30, 40 points easy with Lonzo playing. That's Lonzo's right-hand man. He's been running wing for him forever.
Yeah.
Can you imagine whenever they link up together as grown men, they're going to murder the game.
Yeah. All 3 kids
together
on the Lakers.
Is dangerous. The biggest story ever.
That'd be crazy. Well, Gary Payton said the Lakers need a leader, not LiAngelo Ball.
Who said that?
Gary Payton.
Uh-huh. He said that when? He said
March 3rd, 2018.
Okay. You say you need a leader. Lonzo was already the leader. Here's the thing.
Well, I mean, LeBron was on the team. I mean, LeBron was the leader at that point.
Okay. Well, no, LeBron was the head guy you think is the leader, but Lonzo was the leader. He gonna make that thing go. But LeBron got the name. If you got Lonzo playing a point guard, you're just the head guy when we try to get the ball to. But you ain't the leader. You're the face and you can talk because you're the longest in the league. But as far as putting everybody in their places and doing their thing, Lonzo, you the leader. You just can't say you're the leader. It's like some people who run companies. You got guys doing all the talking, but the guy behind them is the head guy.
Well, Dennis Rodman called LiAngelo Ball awful and said he had a 10% chance in the NBA.
Yeah.
You've heard that?
I didn't hear that, but I'm just saying I'm hearing it now because you told me. But anyways, I'm just saying, yeah, if somebody gonna say, but you're gonna say that and comment on that, on the fact that you comment about anybody else, nobody cares. So you got to put that Ball name in your mouth, you know. And he said he got 10% chance. Who are you talking about? Got a 10% chance of making it? And all of a sudden, you a numbers guy? You ain't no numbers guy. You too busy putting tattoos and piercing in your nose. So you don't know nothing about no goddamn basketball. You better figure out what you're trying to get done.
Well, and to be fair, I interviewed Dennis Rodman recently, and he said that if Larry Bird was playing the NBA today, he'd be playing in Europe.
Okay, I'll put it this way. If Larry Bird played in this era, I think he'd be in Europe. So I'm just letting you know, man.
And people just kind of lost their
Well,
mind.
you gotta say that.
Dominique Wilkins basically said that Dennis is smoking crack by saying that.
Yeah, come on, man. That
Bird
boy
was a bad motherfucker.
When you see his story, he was out there playing with the brothers behind the things, and he talked tough with him. You can't rattle his cage.
Gary Payton told me that Larry Bird was the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered.
And
Gary Payton was a vicious trash talker.
He'd been around there. That's why he liked that.
Yeah.
He'd been around them brothers and he'd been talking to them crazy and doing his thing like, I know how to play against y'all. I've been doing it all my life.
Yeah.
It's just on this stage now, y'all can put me in this booth and say, I'm the great white hope. But I understand he talked crazy when he was playing against the Lakers. He was like, his team is sissies and but you better get your game together.
Yeah.
So you look at this dude just because he's white. That's why a lot of people look at my kids and see that their skin is light. They don't think they play hard. Because they're not dark skinned. They like, your dog, your boys ain't got no dog in them, LaVar. I said, you got damn right they ain't got no dog in them. They got that gorilla in them. A gorilla harder than a dog. Yeah, if you want to think I'm playing, go check out that silverback. Yeah, that boy bad.
Yep.
But I'm showing him like that. But so my boys are like camouflage, man. They play so fast that like when we was beating up teams all throughout high school, they was pressing the whole time, playing like teams in the ghetto play. Fast-paced, pressing, a bunch of brothers gone. But you see my kid, man, looks like 3 white boys out there playing. But they black and they got the mentality of a dude from South Central. So now you look at them like you don't think they're hard as they is. You don't scare them. So now they're coming at you 100 miles an hour.
Well, then next year, 2019, Lonzo gets traded to the Pelicans. You were upset when that happened.
I really didn't care.
You didn't care?
No.
Okay.
I didn't care. It wasn't a big thing. It was like, man, come on. I mean, if you get from under the tutelage of whatever they got going on over there, the coaching and the structure was bad. So the whole building was coming down. So let's get outside that building before it wreck on us, crashes.
So were you happy that he went to the Pelicans?
I was happy to go anywhere.
Okay, fair enough.
Why you think I made him, man? You know I wanted him traded, don't you? You know how I did that? You know how I did it?
How'd you do it?
Very easy. My son ain't gonna never get traded from the Lakers. They'll never win to get rid of my son. Stupid. First thing you do, get rid of him. Thank you.
Well, I think you said right around that time that LeBron will not win a championship
Exactly.
without Lonzo.
Exactly.
And the next year, the Lakers won a championship.
You lucky I gave them some firepower to go win that. They need to give me some money or thank me for giving them that to get them lined up. They've been thinking about me for a whole year. I ain't gonna think about nothing for no whole year. I'm on their head like, well, we gotta get this a championship because he said it. Yeah, okay, I'm still gonna go to bed and get me some donuts. I'm talking about what I'm saying. My thing is this, I can say anything I want and still go to bed. And if it happens, I'm the Messiah. If it don't, ain't no big deal. You're just gonna come back and be like, LaVar said this and it didn't happen. Okay, good night. Next thing. But I keep stuff on your mind for all that time.
Yeah. And it works.
It works.
You got everyone responding to you.
Come on.
From the top to the bottom.
Yes.
Everybody. Right around that time, you actually said that Jello is better than Zion.
Yeah, he is. He's better than Zion. He's stronger, shoot better.
Zion's pretty strong though, man. Stronger?
I guess he ain't stronger than, man, he got his regular strength. He ain't got big baller strength.
Okay.
Jello's descendant of me. I bet you Zion ain't doing no 400 pounds. I guarantee that. Jello's stronger than him by far. But hey, and Jello got better post moves than him, better three-pointer than him. Y'all see him dunk. Everybody be like, oh, he's stronger than, man. When Jello get in the league, watch people go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. Man, don't act like it's gonna happen because all my boys cut from the same cloth. It's just a matter of getting there.
Well, right around this time, the middle of 2019, you're on ESPN. And Molly, keep mispronouncing it, Molly Kiram?
Who cares what her last name is?
Okay.
But anyway, the lady crazy.
Okay. So she said, let's switch gears. And you could say, you could switch gears with me anytime.
Okay,
and somehow this got interpreted as a completely inappropriate comment. And you were banned from all the ESPN platforms.
Well, no, I wasn't banned from the ESPN platforms on the fact that how can I be banned for somebody I don't work for?
Right.
And I have to be the one to say either I'm on come or not.
Right.
So I ain't getting banned from nothing. So don't tell me you banning me. You can't ban me. I mean, I said it in another comment. She said switch gears. I said the same thing. If you look back at one of the another interviews we did, we was there. And I did the same thing.
Well, right, because
and nobody said nothing. Because this is what her mind is in the gutter, thinking that every man want her.
Yeah.
To me, she looked like witchy poo. That's not a good looking woman to me. Now to Jalen, she might look good to him. That's cool.
He was married. She was married to Jalen at the time, and I did an
interview.
interview.
Say that again.
She was married to Jalen.
She was married, so she ain't married to him.
She's not married to him anymore.
I told him she got rid of that girl. You can tell, long time ago. Now they end up breaking up anyway. You don't want to learn.
I interviewed Jalen right around this time, and I brought that up, and he said it wasn't a big deal. They went home together that night, and they laughed about it, and they kept it moving. He wasn't insulted. I mean, I'm looking at the Business Insider. It says LaVar Ball reportedly no longer welcome at ESPN after latest controversial appearance.
Reportedly no longer welcome.
Right. Okay.
Until 2 weeks later.
He's back again. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Was she personally bothered by that comment, or did she think it's just part of the job?
She didn't get us. I mean, it was a live TV moment. They had their interaction, and we keep it moving. She didn't get in the car mad, or she didn't get in the car and cry, or we didn't talk about him all the way home. It wasn't a big deal. We're rich.
He said he actually tried to reach out to you.
He tried to reach out to me, but I was like, for what? You try to reach out to me for what? To say you sorry, whatever. I don't need none of that. It's already done. It's already good. You go your way, I go my way. I don't have to worry about that. That's where I left it, where I was like, there's no explaining. There's nothing I'm going to talk to you about and be like, I'm sorry, or I don't know how I meant that. No. Your girl, the one who took it overboard with some crazy stuff, thinking I'm trying to hit on her. Like I told people, the only time I hit on her, if she coming through my house and I think she the boogeyman.
Right. Because I rewatched it. Like I had to watch it again, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think they're making something out of nothing here.
They had to.
Yeah.
They had to. Even
it was like, oh, baby, I let you switch my gears anytime. Yeah. It wasn't like that.
And I did the hand motion of switching gears, thinking that we could switch topics anytime you want. Right. That's what I'm thinking. Topics, move that. I already got my wife. I'm good. I got the people I want. Who's attracted? I'm attracted to. Mm-hmm. I swear to God. Just like that girl, Christine Leahy.
Right.
She said, I told her she scared the hell out of me. She looked like Saul. You know that movie Saul with the cheekbones and stuff? Every time I look at her, man, scared the hell out of me. I said, you think I'm scaring you? You scaring me? That's why I don't want to look that way. Well, Saul.
Right. She accused you of scaring her.
You're scaring her, man. I said, you scared me? I ain't even looking at you. I said, I ain't. She said, are you threatening me? I'm looking this way. I said, how you threatening somebody and you ain't looking at them? That's like walking down the street and say, hey, man, I'm going to kill you. And you don't even know who you're pointing to, who you talking to. I'm like, right. I'm not going to even do that. I'm not going to deal with this woman. I don't have to talk to her.
I mean, is this something you've dealt with your whole life? Being big, tall, African-American, and feeling like, you know, people overreact, you know, white people locking their doors when you're around, that type of bullshit?
No. It's just whatever happens, happens. I ain't
not tripping off that.
Tripping off none of this stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm like, man, come on. It is what it is, man, and I get it. But long as I know what type of person I am, Vlad, and my family know what type of, we good. It's always going to be some outside noise.
Well, around this time, this is where we found out about the problems with Alan Foster. Mm-hmm. Now, didn't Lonzo cut ties with Big Baller Brand over the bullshit that was happening?
He didn't cut ties. He's never going to cut ties with Big Baller Brand. It's because that's what the narrative has to be. Because he took his his thing off of Triple B's. And it's like, man, regardless of what tattoos or what ink he put on, he had to wear, when he had Triple B's, he put a Band-Aid over it or some type of thing every game. Because they didn't want the thing out there like that. So either way, you got to take that off you anyway. You know, the NBA is letting you know you got to do that. So take it off or whatever. But here's the thing. He didn't cut ties with Triple B's. That's what everybody's saying. It's a family brand. I created it for my boys. That's why each one of the B's represent the boys. The first B is the fancy one. That's Melo. It looks like a 3, but it's a B because he's different like that. The middle one is always a solid color, which is for LiAngelo. He's the strong, solid one that hold the two brothers together. Lonzo is like Melo on the outside, where you don't know what he's gonna do. So that's how I came up with the Triple B's like that. And it's for the family. So, for the boys, each one of the B's represent the boys. So we're never going to leave as a family, but the story on the outside is always going to be, oh, he left the brand. Oh, he left this. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He had to leave the brand. No, the brand is good. Now, just because somebody does something bad within the brand doesn't mean the brand is bad. The person is bad.
Well, right, because Allen had been arrested in 2002 for money laundering and fraud.
Yes.
Did you know that when you were doing business? Okay.
If I knew that, do you think I would do it? But I'm a dude from
you
LA South Central.
checks on people. You do business
I'm from LA South Central. Who does a background check? You know what I do? I hold you for face value. Okay. I don't know nothing about you, Vlad, but I'll hold you as face value if you tell me you.
But we're not in a serious business together.
Yeah, even if we was in a serious, I'm gonna still hold you for face. That's how dudes in the hood roll. Okay. You're gonna do me right or you're gonna do me wrong. It's okay. It happens in every business.
Yeah.
So don't act like it just get to my business and all of a sudden, oh, LaVar, you didn't do a background check and you should have known. No. If you're gonna help me and you're showing that you're good, eventually you're gonna show your colors. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna either have to do something good or have to do something bad. Either you gotta go or you're gonna stay. Bye.
Right, because he was accused of stealing $1.5 million.
Well, he stole some money, definitely.
And then he tried to sue you saying that you stole $2.5 million.
I'm gonna steal for myself. That's how stupid he is. I'm gonna steal for myself. I'm gonna take money from me and Lonza. That's our money.
I mean, has this been resolved at this point? Or is this an ongoing lawsuit?
This is resolved in my eyes. I'm like, man, this is
okay. But is there an active lawsuit right now?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all done.
It's all done, man.
And Allen is no longer part of the brand.
He's damn sure not part of the brand. He never
Right.
been part of the brand like that. He was just a director that I let him manage some stuff. He came to me and acting like he got this all business acumen. No. And you've been trying to be slick on people and charging me one thing and charging my son another thing and back talking. That's how you stole the money and did your thing. But it's okay. It's like I said, Triple B's is still here. Why he didn't get his own thing if he did so much and create his own? His name is what he is. He's a Foster. He's false.
Yeah.
I'm a ball. I'm a baller.
Mm-hmm.
Why Triple B's? If he did all this stuff for us and he said he was running everything, why don't he go create another brand and do that? Ain't nobody trying to see him. Because you've been a lie and a cheat all your life.
Yeah.
The trueness gonna come out. It's fine.
Listen, whenever I've done business with scammers, I've always gotten scammed at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
happens.
learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it happens.
The last house I rented, the guy was in prison for fraud. And when he got out, he tried to scam us. Tried to say we did $150,000 damage to his house.
Yeah.
And he couldn't afford a lawyer.
Yeah.
So when we went to court, he kept saying, my lawyer's not here. They finally had to drop it.
Right.
But yeah,
I mean,
but he was a scammer.
But like
I was
said,
told not to
yes.
rent the house from him, and I still did it.
Yeah.
And I
And
paid the
it's
price.
just like this, man. When it comes to, I'll look through him like glass. I'll never do nothing or say nothing to him. I don't even waste 5% or 10% of my time talking about that or him. I just go forward because I'm not going to waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing is he can't even sleep. Why? Because you was right next to me. I was going to take care of you, the family you was already in.
Yeah.
So if you want to steal that little bit of money, and it's like this, where we going with the Triple B brand, can you imagine how crazy it would be if all my boys in the NBA, we got the brand where it's $1 billion like I wanted, and now I got to deal with him? So it's better. You steal this little money for that. That's little petty stuff. Show you how much we got. That was nothing. That's okay. If you're going to do that, that's what your nature allowed you to do. It's okay.
I feel you.
And just like some of the stuff that Lonzo says in the interviews and stuff like that, and it's just him understanding now. Like he was like, man, I thought he was like family, like a father figure type. And I'm like, nah, son, don't talk too crazy, because when you get these interviews, they're gonna go back to that. How could he be like a father if he never picked you up from school, never took you to the movies?
Yeah.
So don't talk crazy. It's like some of the stuff that Lonzo says. I'm just like, son, you got to understand this. It's like even the guy Humble, Lonzo says, and some things I don't like when he says this. He said, I don't know where I would be without the other guy, Humble, saving me from this. And I'm like, I'll tell you where you'd be, as still an NBA player. This dude, Humble, is doing nothing for you. He's charging you 1% to give you an allowance of money that you're making, son. You don't understand that part yet. You don't need that. But if he got you hoodwinked where he thinking he saved you and you throw this lawsuit out there, why? Why throw a lawsuit for somebody to countersue? All I had to do is say you fired.
Yeah.
But Lonzo's guy on that side did that. That was the stupidest thing ever to do. File a lawsuit. I didn't file a lawsuit. Lonzo's homeboy,
Lonzo.
who's managing and whatever he's doing over there for Lonzo, did that. But this is the guy that was in cahoots with him at a time when we was paying the JBA payroll and all that. This guy's over. That's why I tell Lonzo at times, son, we still have to talk. I don't know how much you believe in this guy and you thinking he saved you and did all this. He really doing nothing before you. I already understand. When the guy came to me, the first time, I met Lonzo's financial so-called advisor. You came to my house at Aquamarine, the old house, you was in an Uber. And then once you get behind Lonzo, now you come to my Ball estate. The next time I see him, you in a Maybach. How does that work?
How did that happen?
Yeah, I'm like, well, who playing? You and Lonzo. So the things that he's doing with Lonzo, I haven't been able to break it down to him, because Lonzo's still my son. But when I kind of explain it to him, like as we get going and stuff like that, it's certain people I don't like in Melo's camp and certain people I don't like in Lonzo's camp, because they don't understand the ownership and do what's best for the family. All the people around my boys have to make money off of them. So I don't like the way they pulling them away from me with this mindset thing, like, oh, I'm gonna take care of your business. Don't mess around with Triple B's because it's bad for you and this and that. And
Well, yeah, because if you're making money, if you're a manager,
right,
you're making money off the money that's coming in right now. You're not thinking about 5-10 years down the line, not thinking about ownership and so forth. They know that if they sign a $100 million deal with their client, they get 10% of that.
Exactly.
And they get $10 million, which is great. So that's going to be the mentality of a manager. It's not the mentality of an owner or a partner.
Exactly. And that's what's going on with my boys, but they starting to get it as we moving through here. Because the deals that I'm going to do is going to make the triple Bs. It's a brand. So it's $1 billion thing. It's more than you being an employee and getting your NBA money. When it's all said and done, these next few things I'm going to do in these next few months, Vlad, it's going to be some heavy hitters. And folks going to look back and be like, how did Big Bowler get that?
A lot of people have spoken nicely about you.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Durant, Dwayne Wade, DeMarcus Cousins, like I mentioned, my man John Sally. But then you always have people that don't.
Yes.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said you had a negative effect on the sport.
Right.
What was that over?
For him to thinking he old school and he want to say something and get in the news, act like you got some leadership role, pay attention to what's going on with your folks. But I bet you this, how about you research and see what's going on with his kids?
Kareem's kids?
Yeah. Does he have kids?
I believe he does. Let me see.
Even if you check him up, you're not known like my kids. So now you want to say something about a father.
Let me see. He has 5 kids with 3.
He got 5 kids.
With 3 different women.
With 3 different women, and he won't tell me something. Now, I bet you some of them kids is in trouble.
I'm not sure.
I guarantee you. Use your information that you're trying to give me to say I'm bad for sports and pay attention to your family. You're not going to do that. But I guarantee you, I don't even have to look. I don't even know. But I'm thinking of the guidance of your father. If your father's Kareem, you're not paying attention. So what I'm saying is you're going to go into a negative round without no guidance, and you're going to do something on that bad side. That's how it happens.
Well, that year, you took LaMelo out of Chino Hills High School
Yes.
to personally train him.
Yes.
Nancy Armour of USA Today had an article about you where she called you the worst sports parent ever.
Right.
You heard this before?
Well, if people going to say that when they hate, I'm the worst sports parent ever, but I'm taking care of my kids, so I must be a good parent the way I'm taking care of them.
Well, right, because
Regardless.
the next year, LaMelo was drafted number 3 by the Charlotte Hornets.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound like the worst sports parent ever to me. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in. I'm just saying.
I gotta be the worst parent,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
I'm there for him. That makes you
know?
a bad parent because you make a decision to do something that's beneficial. It's just like, I know what Deion is going through. He trying to do something I already did, which is get your boys to the league. So the decisions that he making for his boys, he been coaching them since they've been babies. Same thing I've been.
Yeah.
And when you're in this game, you can only get this feeling. I got the feeling that Prime get, which is nobody don't think you're going to win, but your boys play so hard for you that you win.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's what's going on. But all the hate is coming because people in my leagues are like, oh, you don't even worry about his sons. He's relating to these kids and they playing for him. It's a difference. The relationship that he has is no other than these other coaches or whatever. Nobody's like that. So the style that he's doing is creating this big buzz. And I'm going to tell you, it's something special. Like me coming in with my boys, coming in with a brand, they're going to have to think of, being disruptive from whatever they think is something different. So him doing his thing the way he doing it, he got us watching till 2:00 in the morning, Colorado versus Colorado State like it's the Super Bowl.
Right. Exactly.
Really?
And all the celebs are coming out and everything.
Okay, the celebs, they can come out. They can come out from the rock to the rappers or whatever, but none of them can relate. None of them can relate like me and him. I'm going to go to a game after I finish doing a few things and come down to Boulder and chat with Deion. It's going to be the biggest thing ever because me and him got the same mindset as a father coaching our kids and everybody coming at him on some positive but negative stuff. He doing what's best for his family, but what's best for, he helping some other folks too. That's what people don't understand. Because now you're going to have some people on the other side that tries to create this narrative where, oh, he left black college to go to a white college. he goes to a bigger platform for his family. He stayed at Jackson for 3 years.
Right. And from what I understand, he had to spend his own money to pay his own staff because the HBCU was not going to put up the money that he needed.
And everybody who, talks about, oh, you need to give your money to the HBCU. How about you give it to him?
Right. So
Go
Deion wouldn't have to, yeah.
So we don't have to do this. But
right.
I like what Deion is doing because he's not making it about a black or a white college. He's just using the platforms to get bigger, to help more people. He brought a bunch of his staff from there. You know what I mean? Families he's helping with that.
Oh, yeah.
He giving people notoriety and making them these other players that you would never get. Nobody's going to watch on a big ESPN. How many times they interview HBCUs?
Never.
Never. So so we never gonna get no black folks right there. But now you get Deion, the shift in the culture. So now it's not old school, where it's black colleges, white colleges. It's just college. Mm-hmm. So let's put this college, and a lot of people are like, well, you got Boulder, they're 90% white. Let's stop thinking about the percentages of the black and the white, and just like, let's just be a college and support this college. And
well, LaMelo got drafted number 3. Lonzo got drafted number 2.
Yes.
The first set of brothers ever to be drafted in the top 3 in the NBA. Yes. They can never take that away from you.
They ain't gonna never take it.
It could happen again, maybe, but you're the first one to do it.
No. It's never gonna happen again.
It might happen again.
I'm gonna tell you again. It ain't gonna never happen again.
Okay.
It gotta be set up like that. You gotta have some cold brothers.
Right.
It's never gonna be set up like that. I guarantee it. Second and third, and then they try to demean it a little bit by saying top 5.
Right. It's top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
And don't think if Jello wasn't drafted, if everybody wouldn't let him go to UCLA and do his thing and come out as the best number 2 guard, he don't think he's gonna be top 5. Are you crazy?
Yeah, they took all 3. Yeah.
Man, come on.
Well, around that time, all 3 brothers signed to Rock Nation Sports.
Yes.
Were you cool with that?
I'm the one who got there like that.
Okay.
Because here's how we went with this. Lonzo, I give you my guy, Harrison. You come in, your fee. He want to push Splash Sports. That's his little thing. But I don't push that. I'm giving you Lonzo, number 2 pick. For you to be an agent, you got to do some other stuff first, but you haven't did nothing. But I'm giving you the top guy. But let's put the platform, say you down with triple Bs and we do this, let's do it that way. But he liked that ownership. I got my thing, LaVar, okay, good. He can't get Jello in the league. You can't get Jello in the league. So basically, you didn't use the platform that I gave you to have some strength to make some moves to get Jello in the league. So since you can't get Jello in the league, I got to go to the biggest firm, which is CAA. Mm-hmm. So now I got all the boys over there. Okay. Now I'm like telling CAA, see if you can get Jello to Australia over there with Melo, because the other guy got hurt. Melo with a point. We got this, getting him over there. Found out they trying to get some other people over there instead of Jello. So now you're not doing what I want you. You acting like we work for y'all. Y'all work for us. So then we get rid of CAA. I said, I need some black representation between Rich Paul and Rock Nation. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z, you got rap music. My boys like to rap. This is perfect.
Especially Lonzo.
Yeah, like to rap. Maybe you can help them with that. We good. So now you good with Rock Nation. But then, Lonzo kind of feels like, okay, Rock Nation, you guys are more fixated on what's going on with Melo being the top pick.
Right.
But you're not doing enough for me. So now I'm going to go over here with Clutch.
So you guys, did all 3 leave Rock Nation?
No. So now with Rock Nation, it's still Melo and Jello.
Melo and Jello.
Yes.
But Lonzo left.
Went to Clutch.
Well, right, because was it right after the Rock Nation deal that Melo signs a $100 million deal with Puma? Allegedly?
Melo never signed $100 million with Puma, but Puma is not going to deny that.
Okay, because this was
another brand that gave him. But why would they deny it if it's already in the paper saying they gave you $100 million? Melo ain't making no $100 million off of their first contract. And why would he need a plane?
Right, because allegedly he also has access to Puma's private jet.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
No,
which is nice.
No, listen to me. When they feel like it. When they feel like it, they gave him the rights
Okay.
to that plane. What I mean by that, I'll tell you one thing I didn't like. Him going to Jello was playing Summer League.
Mm-hmm.
Jello playing Summer League. Melo comes to see a game, but he on the private jet coming in. We didn't get no pictures of him going out.
So it was a one-way private jet.
One way. We had to take a Sprinter van to get back to goddamn Chino Hills.
Okay, so did Melo sign with Puma?
He signed with Puma, yes.
Okay, but it wasn't 100 million.
No, 100 million, not even close.
Can you say how much it is?
I'm going to tell you this. I think it was a third of that.
A third of that. Still
Maybe
not
a little
bad deal.
less.
Still not a bad deal.
Shit, it's the worst deal
30
ever.
million?
It's the worst deal ever.
That's the worst deal ever.
Come on, man. Anybody taking an endorsement deal is the worst deal. Come on.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. What I do with my other son, and you gonna have this is not even out yet.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna sign Jello to the biggest shoe deal ever. Just to show you how this works.
Okay. The biggest shoe deal ever.
Shoe deal ever.
Okay. Can you say with who? Big Baller Brand?
Come on. That's it.
That's it.
Who else would it be with?
Okay.
Who else would it be with Vlad? Tell me this. I'll let you know, man, this is cold. They want to hear this.
Let's go.
I'm going to give Jello, when he signs this, I'm going to let everybody see it when he signs it. And trust me, they're going to see it. I'm going to give him 100% of the sales of the shoe.
Okay.
I'm going to make the shoe, but he going to make the shoe. They ain't going to never offer nobody that.
100%.
100% of the sales. We're going to sell his shoe for $180.
Is that going to be the cheapest Big Baller Brand shoe? In terms
One-
of the ticket
180
price?
for his shoe.
Right, because everything else is like 300, 500.
Man, it's
and
going to
so
be 180 because he wanted that way.
Yeah.
The new G3 is coming out sooner than you think.
Okay.
And when it come out, wherever it come out, let's say we sell 1 million shoes worldwide. 1 million shoes worldwide at 180. Give Jello 180 million. That's his money. It's the G3 on there. Jordan only gets 130 from Nike.
Jordan gets $130.
130 million a year
130
for
million
the
a year.
jump man.
Right.
The next biggest shoe contract is 32 million for LeBron for Nike. So Jello, we sell 1 million shoes in a year, could clear them and not even in the league yet.
Well, didn't Melo's publicist try to sue Melo over this Puma deal? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And it was for 10 million, which is why people kind of came up with this 100 million, 10%, 10 million. So where did this $10 million?
The Rudy Poot stuff that went down. Because I don't even deal with, this is right here, the dude that's dealing with Melo now. Everybody thinking Jermaine Jackson is so good. This guy spells his name, I call him GJ, not JJ. I call him GJ because he spelled his name with a G. How do you get JJ out of that? I've been calling him this all this time, and he done hoodwinked my son into some stuff. Now he the one who told, this is how raggedy this dude is. He been telling me, oh, we ain't going with nobody, we good with triple Bs. F Puma and all this. But yet, he go sign a deal before Melo get drafted with Puma.
Before he even got drafted, he signed this
the
deal?
GJ guy.
Oh, I didn't know
He
that.
the one, and then he told the lady who brought the deal, said, well, I got this youngster, I got Melo. He told her, nah, don't worry about them no more. We're going to go with Nike. That's what he told the girl.
Oh, this is where all the fuck
That's where
shit
all the shit came
comes
from.
from.
And then, so he get her out the way so he can make a deal to get Puma to pay him as a consultant or so-called whatever. Now, this shit is out. I'm letting it out now. Because I'm like, yo, so you do that to get my son to sign with Puma. And then you move her out the deal.
Damn.
But yet, your name ain't on the lawsuit.
Wow.
And they're saying that they got 100 million. That's why she said she want her 10% because she said, I did this, give me my 10 mil. No, GJ messed that thing up with that foolery. That's why Puma paying him some money. They shouldn't be paying him. That's why that girl's like, that's supposed to be, I'm the one who brought the deal to Puma about Melo. And he trying to act like he did. I'm gonna go with Nike, don't worry about them. So he pushed her to the side and then go back to Puma.
That's a dirty game.
And then in November, I didn't even think he had this contract with Puma. He had a contract with Puma before Melo. And they giving this dude $600,000-$700,000 for doing what? A season. And the more he signed with Melo, The more Melo stays with Puma, the more he gets a percentage of that. So he gonna do that to my son. And that's why I'm like, I don't like that guy one bit. And everybody on the outside, man, he worse than Allen.
Worse than Allen.
Worse than Allen. Robbing my son blind. I'm saying that because the structure around him, my son might think it's cool. I don't think it's cool. But at some point, I will put everything together the way it's supposed to be, and I'm going to do what I do because I know the people around my boys is not supposed to be around them like that. This guy started off as a trainer, and all of a sudden, you the manager of my son now, and you ain't talk to me? How we say you the manager? What signing papers you get my son to sign to say you guys got this and that? This is what's going on now. So I'm like, dude, at some point, I'm gonna have to fix this. You gotta know where your money going. But I don't want to create that aura with my son because he know how I feel about the situation.
Yeah.
Concentrate and play basketball. Let me do the stuff on the outside. But I understand what's going on.
Well, look, I have yet to interview a professional athlete without them telling me a story about how someone around them ripped them off.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
He's ripping
From
them off.
Dominique Wilkins to John Sally to Dennis Rodman to Gary Payton to whoever I interviewed. If I ask them this question, they will tell me a detailed story. To Gilbert Arenas, who managed to get his money back by suing his financial firm. Yeah. Everyone has been ripped off
that's what I'm
to some extent. Because when you got a young kid who's making tens of millions of dollars, the vultures will always circle.
Come on. And that's what they doing. The
Right.
GJ guy, that's why I call him GJ. I ain't talked to that boy in years, but I know the back things he doing where he putting the companies in his wife's name and stuff like this and telling Melo is, how you an all-star, rookie of the year, and you have a drink that's out called Drinks. Nobody knows about it. This is raggedy. Melo should be at Powerade, Gatorade, or something big like that. But this guy, they gave him some money up front. I'm talking about the GJ guy. And he got convinced Melo that you have a signature flavor drink. You know what a signature flavor is? Like, I like grape. Oh, that's your signature flavor. Melo don't own drinks.
Yeah.
But they tell him you got to, the paperwork, son, you don't own none of this stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you basically, they trying to fool you thinking you own some things. And it's just like Melo got his brand, and this guy's trying to create another brand that he owns to have a brand come out, a clothing brand. I'm like, Melo, they're using your money to buy your stuff and putting their tab on there and buying their stuff. So how you don't,
Yeah.
and they're giving you a t-shirt, so no, we handling this. One of the best things that happened is that I like, the GJ guy was trying to run the clothing thing, La France, which is Melo stuff. Now, Puma has collaborated with Melo with the LF. Not good, but better of the two evils. At least you can keep track of what you're making now. Take it from this Rudy Poot who don't know how to run this clothing line. They never ran a clothing line. They don't even know where to get the clothing from, the factory. They don't know where your account is going in. At least Puma going to take all that, handle distribution. So Puma, go ahead and put the LF, and at least Melo got his own thing with you guys. I'd rather have that and not complain about it.
Gelos joined the Hornets Summer League, and then he had a non-guaranteed contract,
Yes.
then he got waived.
Yes,
And then he joined the Pistons and got waived.
yes.
Remember, you called the Pistons raggedy as hell
Okay.
for cutting him.
Yeah.
What's going on with him getting picked up and waived? What's the
Picked up the
backstory on all
waves.
this?
Here's the backstory, man. It's on that political thing, but also his ankle was kind of messed up. So now it's he had the right surgery on it. The ankle is repaired.
Oh, he had a whole surgery. Okay.
Yeah. Now he's faster than he ever been, jumping higher than he's ever been. It's just something special for to happen for him.
Nice.
That's that everybody gonna be shocked about, but it's gonna be something very special that folks is gonna be enlightened about. But as far as just not getting the opportunity to he could perform better than these guys or whatever, man. They just, timing is everything. So he gonna get his just due. He's just as good as his brothers because he cut from the same cloth. So I don't know why people don't think he's a superstar. But what is Detroit doing now? I ain't lied. They raggedy as hell. If the organization is raggedy, don't matter what goes on or who comes through there, they're not gonna do nothing because of the setup. Look at Greensboro. How do you draft people so high and the first thing you do is put them in the G League? Melo was the only one that didn't go to the G League. Why? Because the other guy got hurt. Elsewise, they would have been teeter-tottering him.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, the G League, just think about it. For Greensboro, they had Vernon Carey, they had Nick Richardson, they had Book Knight, Kai Jones. They all up in the G League. Nobody doing good at nothing. It just brings them down. Then the coaches that you have all got fired.
Right.
So the system that you was trying to run is just raggedy. And it always comes back to, I don't want to sound like a bully or nothing, but here's the thing. If you don't know how to coach them ball boys, you will be done. You're going to get fired. If you think I'm playing, go back and do your history. The coach that was at Chino Hills, the second one that came, you didn't do my boys right. That's why you lost a few games. When Jello and Melo was just there, you fired. Okay, we go to Lithuania. Where that coach? You don't use the boys right? Fired. Luke Walton, you don't know how to lose Lonzo? Fired.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin Gentry, you don't know how to lose Lonzo? Talking about he need to be doing some other stuff where you like he need to come off the bench or something like that when you did that for a few? Fired. Stan Van Gundy, you say he need to be a shooter on the wing? Put him in the corner? Fired. If you do not use my son right, you will be fired. And what's the name thought he was safe? The boy at Charlotte. Signed the extension, everything. But you don't know how to use Melo. Fired. So I'm just going by what you do. If you know how to use my boys and you believe in them, the other boy in Chicago was like, hey, they can say what they want, but I know what you bring, Zoe. And that's why when Zoe's healthy, running and gunning, you top of the league.
Well, in 2020, you said your sons will never meet a nice woman during their NBA career.
Yes.
Jello recently had a baby with Nicki Madaris from Love and Hip Hop, who I've interviewed before.
Yes. Oh, you have?
I have.
Wow.
I've interviewed everybody.
My man.
15 years, man.
Yeah.
Her mom was actually there during the interview.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice
yeah.
lady.
I like her.
Nice lady.
I like her.
You're now a grandpa.
Yes.
How does it feel?
You know what? Being a grandpa, I'm not like my mom and dad, Tina's mom and dad. I'm building a brand, so I can't sit at home and be retired and be like, hey, these grandkids like that. So I'm a different type of grandpa. But LaVelo, that's his name. He got me.
Oh, that's your grandkids?
That's my grandkid's name.
It's still going on,
yeah,
the whole L thing.
Yeah, so we call him Velo for his nickname.
Okay.
But I never thought I'd be, because I'm kind of hard, and, I didn't think I'd be taking my phone showing pictures of my grandson. But it's my first grandson.
Yeah.
And when I hold him, man, 2 or 3 hours go by so fast.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was going to be like that because I'm still doing my thing, but it's my first grandson. Lonzo had the granddaughter, which is always, she cool, but I don't deal with her like that because her mom a little nuts to me, so they take the family. I don't see her. The only time she really gonna be like, man, that's my grandfather, is when she get like 12 or 13 and she go to school and they be like, man, your grandfather's a big baller? That type of thing. Because right now, like I said, Lonzo visitation rights, I don't like that. That's not good for family.
Well, I mean, look, you've been married the entire time.
Yes.
You raised your sons
Yes.
in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
Are you at all disappointed that they are having kids out of wedlock?
I'm not even disappointed at that because at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. And like I said they would never do that. But my boys can also be lucky and pick the right one. Now, the woman that Melo has, Anna, like her, love her. Anna is like, everybody's stuck on that thing like, oh, she's so old, he's so young. You don't hear about my son beating up her. She a woman. These other girls is pushing buttons to make these basketball players go crazy, and now they beating them and strangling them and all that, and they losing their whole career. I'd rather my son have an old person, but I kind of made Melo do that on the fact that he always played up 6 and 7 years, so he a little more older than what he is. So, of course, he's not going to pick the girlfriend type from high school. He's going to try to gravitate to a woman. Mm-hmm. And that's why they in their 30s, 22, 23, you just want to go out, you want to pose and take your little Instagrams all this time. She come with her own followers and stuff like that, but every time Melo need her to do something, she there. She ain't trying to go to the club. Melo got 4 dogs. She like dealing with the dogs, but she do whatever, always by his side. Mm. When he tore his wrist up, the dude GJ push him in a wheelchair. But when he tore his ankle up, that dude nowhere to be found because years have went by now. But in that room, that girl's still in there. And, you know, she come over here and you know, we got a great relationship with Anna. And she was like, I didn't know you was like that towards me because I was scared to come to you guys because, you know, all the hearsay that you hear that I'm a gold digger and I'm trying to do this and that. Melo, I don't have, whatever she need him, he need her to do, she get it done business-wise. She got him watching the news, all kind of stuff.
Well, she comes from a rich family.
No, this is the one I'm talking about, Anna. Now the other one, Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love her.
Okay.
I'm like, Jello, how many girls have you had where you go to their house? This is the only one that got her own spot in Beverly Hills.
Well, yeah,
everybody talking all this stuff. She business-fied. Her family like that.
Right. Her parents
own
a strip club on Sunset.
Yeah, they own some strip clubs
Veil,
or whatever. But she been used by a bunch of people. So what happens is her and Jello come together, and Jello she buy Jello stuff, got her own stuff. Jello, everybody got to drive his cars, got to stay in his mansion. They ain't got nowhere to go. She do her own thing. So what people don't understand, they're going to be together. And what happened is my boys got that big ball of luck too, that you found the right one. It usually don't happen like that. So if you can get this, I go back to Melo's girl. She ain't trying to go out every day. Been there, done that. Jello's girl, the same way. Everybody thinking she a gold digger and got a youngster. No, he said these other girls I'm dealing with have no sense. And they make a beautiful couple, and the baby is beautiful. Got a nice look at this, but her mom talk business, and they talk business to Jello about business. Mm-hmm. So this is the part I like. The girl Nikki said, I'm going to get me she had a Lamborghini Urus. She's driving that, the baby seat in the back. Mm-hmm. She said, it's too small. I got to get another ride. I think I'm going to get that Cullinan.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Rolls Royce, yeah.
I'm like, 2 weeks later, she get that. Not using my son's money, using her money.
Her own money, yeah.
But not just talking. Go get you a Rolls Royce Cullinan because you need a bigger family car for your man and your baby. That's why I love that girl. I'm like, man, they can say what they want about them, but I know what these folks is about. As time go by, you can kind of show yourself, and they've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
And for him to decide to have a baby with this girl, eventually, they're going to get married. They're not going to. My boys are not going to be like, man, I ain't mess with that girl now. I'm good. But you got a baby now.
Yeah.
And as long as she doing her thing, but this is what I like about it. She ain't pressuring my son. You better marry me tomorrow. We got to get married. He don't get married when he want to get married. And he understands, yo, let me get my contract first, focus on my basketball. I ain't talking about no little contract. I'm talking about some main stuff.
Yeah.
And I support both of us. And you keep your business going. I keep 2 incomes, and we good. And our son's going to be good. We'll get married then. Because I'm trying to tell my boys, if y'all going to have these kids, have them all right now so you can bring me out of retirement. So all of them will be 4 and 5 and 6 at the same age. And then I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to train them. And then instead of having 3 ball brothers, you're going to have 3 cousins, 2 brothers, and I only need 5.
Well, 2021, LaMelo Ball named the NBA Rookie of the Year. How did that feel as a dad?
I don't feel no different because that's what he do. Come on, man. This ain't no, Lonzo will get hurt. He's Rookie of the Year. My boys come in the league. That's how they are. How did Melo just finish winning Rookie of the Year in Australia and only played 11, 12 games? Getting triple doubles and doing what he wants. Of course he's going to be the leader. I mean, the Rookie of the Year. I said it before that. Mm-hmm. So, he's going to get Rookie of the Year. Easy. Playing for Michael Jordan, supposed to be the best player. Come on, man.
Well, you made a comment. You said that LaMelo doesn't need Michael Jordan's advice. When was the last time he won?
Exactly. What advice he going to give my son? You ain't no point guard. And if he was going to give him some advice, he gave him some advice before he got drafted.
Right.
And if you really had some advice to give him, how about you give your coach advice and then he don't have to sit down the first 20 games? Whoever drafts somebody number 3 and then you don't start them, tell me how that worked. Give them their advice. Hey, I think you should play this guy. 20 games and somebody got to get hurt. Now all of a sudden you guys say, oh, I think we'll start him now. Should have started him when he got a triple-double off the bench.
Well, I remember you had mentioned that you wanted the Pelicans to trade Lonzo because he can't stand New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then they traded him.
Yep.
To the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
A 4-year, $85 million deal.
Yeah, Rudy Poo.
That wasn't a big deal?
Excuse my language. He's 100 million mother.
Well, what were his
Easy.
other deals leading up to this? Were they in the same caliber or were they bigger or smaller?
I have no idea. You're dealing with Clutch Sports,
Okay, fair enough.
and which is cool. And I'm like this with the thing with Clutch Sports. You're making it look like you saved my son. Nah, because I didn't even want that deal. I wanted a lesser deal to do my move, and he didn't attain to that. He picked the best price, I guess. And it wasn't about the price with me. I was like, yo, Clutch, if you can, do whatever you can to get my son to Charlotte. Even if it's for $10 million a year. Let's go 2-year deal worth $20 million and get him over there. Because I'm looking at the bigger picture. If you have Melo at the 2, Lonzo at the 1, the fact you have 2 boys over there, you're going to get Jello just to seal the deal. Now, Jordan, you got all 3.
Well, he got a knee injury over there.
Yes.
How serious is it?
Serious enough that you got to have surgery to have a replacement.
Okay, so has that already happened?
It's already happened. He's rehabbing. That's why he got to rehab this whole year.
Okay.
He's young. He'll be good. Because the technology and the stuff that they have now, it's going. Everybody likes to go back to, the Brendan Roy, the technology that they have now, you could put something in there and work back to that thing and be good.
Right, because there's been a lot of talk.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Everybody's saying-
there's rumors the Chicago
Right.
Bulls believe that he'll never play again.
Right. Everybody does.
But didn't they say that he might not play this upcoming season?
He's not playing this upcoming
He's not
season.
playing this upcoming season. Okay, but the season after that,
He's going to play.
he's going to play.
Yeah. Hopefully by then, man, we have a situation where everybody is doubting him. And that's what I need. Because I need everybody to doubt him. Here's my thing, how I think. I want them all to play for the Clippers.
Wait, what?
I want them all to play for the Clippers.
Okay, I haven't heard this before.
Yeah. I want them all to play for the Clippers.
You want him in LA?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I don't want to go back to the Lakers on the fact that how you did Lonzo. So why
Okay.
did I bring the other 2? Let's go from, Steve Ballmer. That's my guy. I like him. I like his
owner.
style. Yes. That's why I tell him. My last name Ball, his last name Ballmer. We supposed to ball more. We're supposed to ball more. He got the best thing. He got a whole new stadium coming up. And hopefully at that time, hey, let Clippers, come on, trade Melo over there to the Clippers. Then say Lonzo ain't good. And then let Lonzo be like, I'm not going to re-sign with Chicago. Let me sign with the Clippers.
Well, right, because this year Melo signed a contract extension with the Hornets.
Yes.
So, but then again, things
You could
change.
trade him. They might be like,
they might trade him. You never know.
Trade him and get everybody you can for him. And then, Ballmer ain't going to be like, I don't want to. He get all 3 of the ball boys the biggest thing ever. And you got a new arena.
Yeah.
Let us go win. With 3 of my sons, you're going to win a championship. Because I got 60% of the team. The other 2 dudes going to blend in. Because my boys going to play so fast. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And by what I do with the triple Bs, it's not going to be a big deal. What I'm saying by that, you're not going to worry about no NBA money because you're going to make so much off the court.
Yeah.
It'd be ridiculous because you have a brand. You guys own that. All the stuff going to y'all. So what I'm saying is the quickest way for all my boys to be on the same team is, and I'm telling them so they can hear this, probably they look at your thing and say, wow, how we going to do this? Well, if you want Melo in Charlotte, you got new ownership or whatever. Tell the new ownership, trade Rozier and get Jello. Trade Rozier and get Lonzo. Now we both win. You got to shoot over there in Chicago and bring Lonzo over here with his brother. And then let him play, not this year coming, but the next year. And give him his money. And then go get Jello after he play wherever he play for a year or so. And now you got all 3 ball boys in Charlotte. What I was trying to tell Jordan to do.
I'm going to end it with this. I watched the interview that you did.
Uh-huh.
And you said something that really got to me. You said, somebody's got to believe in you for you to be successful.
Oh, yes.
And that's what you did to the extreme.
Uh-huh.
You took these 3 little kids with no athletic training, and ever since they could walk, you've trained them to be successful, and you believed in them.
Uh-huh.
You knew that they were going to be successful in your heart, and all 3 became successful.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people don't have. Because there's nothing like someone killing your dreams to make you say, maybe I'm not that good at this. I'll just go do something else.
Vlad, listen to me on this and tell me. And it's very, we're coming to a close and whatever. I have to believe in my boys, and my boys got to believe in me. They believe that whatever my dad tell me to do, I'm going to be successful. And I believe if I tell you what to do, you're going to be successful. So we both have to believe in each other. So they have to believe that if I tell you to do these pull-ups and these dips and these push-ups and run these hills and do as I tell you, you're going to be, it never was a thing to say, I told them since they was babies, you born to go pro. With the last name named Ball, what you think you're going to do? You're going to ball till you fall. So if I line all this stuff up for you and you listen to what I'm saying, this is what's going to happen. It never was a thing to say, well, if we don't make pro, I don't do, they was going to the NBA straight out the womb because I train them like that. But they got to believe that if I tell them what to do, son, this is what's going to happen if you believe me. But you believe in me, I believe in you. We both successful.
That's where we're going to end it. LaVar Ball, truly a pleasure to
Vlad,
speak to you
much
today.
pleasure, man. I don't know how much time went by, man, but I had a great time chatting with you, man. It's just
Likewise.
organic, and it's just a beautiful thing, man.
That's what it is. And let's do a tour of your house.
Yes, let's get it.
Boom.